Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Mobiuz Challenger Cup season number 4, formerly known as the BenQ Challenger Cup. And well, hopefully we find you well this lovely Saturday afternoon. We have indeed had some qualifying races this afternoon to find our semi-finalist. And well, we're going to stream the semi-finals right now with 2 races. And we will indeed then have the final tomorrow evening. My name is Luke Crane, aka Actrolvision. I would have a co-commentator here, but unfortunately his PC blew up this afternoon. Not ideal, but I will do my very, very best to entertain you all for the next couple of hours. First of all, then, let's have a little look at the competition structure here, then. And we've had our quarterfinals. We had 79 drivers in total check in. And well, as you can see, there was 20 drivers, 20 drivers, 20 drivers, and 19 drivers. And then that meant that 12 drivers did indeed advance from each lobby into our semi-finals of 24 in each race. The top 12 from the races that you're about to witness will indeed advance to the final. The format of tonight's races are, well, we're at Suzuka for a start. It's 45 minutes long. They have got a mandatory pit stop to take. There's no pit window, and they have to refuel 1 litre at the very least. So those are the only rules today. So the pit stop will be used as strategy. They've been told that they have to use the same car from quarterfinals through to semi-finals and indeed the final, which is at Kyalami tomorrow. So the beauty of that is it means we've got a great mix of cars, but also you'll see different strengths and weaknesses across the championship. What are they all duking it out for? Well, they are, first of all, trying to duke it to become a champion of the Mobiuz Challenger Cup. They want to follow in the footsteps of challengers such as Kenny Hansen from season number 1, Bence Banky in season number 2. In season number 3, it was Andre Franca. And also, we've got some pro drivers as well. So Giorgio Mangano won in season 1, Moritz Lerner in season 2, and in season 3, it was Jaroslav Honzik who won the Challenger Cup for the pros. And well, they are now looking to get themselves on that list, but also win some incredible prizes. A set of triples for P1. Again, the pro drivers cannot win. It's only challenger drivers that can win the prizes. So there's 3 times EX3415R monitors, the latest monitors from Mobiuz Gaming. Again, a set of triples. Who wants to turn that up? Again, worth a hell of a lot of money. Plus some Mobiuz hoodies, masks, and caps. Second place then will win 1 EX3415R monitor, plus some hoodies, masks, and cap as well. And third place will win an EX351R monitor that I actually have, which is incredible, and plus a Mobiuz masks and cap. Also, you beautiful people at home can win yourself some goodies as well. So make sure you're following Mobiuz Europe, Mobiuz Gaming Europe EU on Twitter. Make sure that you are indeed following me on Twitter at Actrolvision, and that you're following this stream. If you're following this stream and type the word Mobiuz, you are golden. So during this weekend, we will be giving that away during tonight's broadcast or tomorrow's. So you need to make sure that not only have you typed in Mobiuz in my chat, that you're in the stream for both days. So yes, there is all of the ins and outs of the giveaway. But let's meet our pro drivers as well. So our pro drivers then, we have got Jesus Sicilia. He is a Nissan GT Academy 2021 finalist, Ferrari Hublot Esports Series 2020 finalist, and he is the Michelin 2019 champion. We then got Martin Stefanko from Williams Esports. He is a V10R League runner-up from 2020, F1 Esports driver in 2018 and 19, Virtual GP 2017 champion as well. And I will tell you this, from my experience, Martin Stefanko is one of the very best all-rounders there is in sim racing today. Brandon Abraham, last year he went out and won the European Logitech G Challenge final. Yaz Heat V10R League driver this season, and he's a real-world racing driver as well. We've got Elvin Smith then. He was a Logitech G Challenge finalist in Vegas in 2019, only beaten by his teammate Isaac Gillison. McLaren Shadow V10R League driver as well. Veloce Esports hybrid driver. That means he races in multiple different disciplines, and he'll be looking to be on a similar level as Martin Stefanko in the future. That is for sure. A very young man, very young to the craft. Jaroslav Honzik then. We all know who Jaroslav Honzik is. Yaz Heat team ambassador for the Abu Dhabi and Yas Marina circuit. He was a real BMW 130i champion in 2006. Yes, a baby-faced Jardier was a champion once upon a time, and he's a 3 times Apex Online Racing GT3 champion between 2018 and 2019. So that's all of your pro drivers. We are indeed powered by Mobiuz here as well. So yeah, great to see that they are indeed investing in the sim racing space with their incredible products. But let's head then to the quarter-finals then. So we had 4 quarter-finals. We had Lobby 1, we had Lobby 2, we had Lobby 3, and guess what? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we had Lobby number 4. And as if by magic now, you're going to see some names drop off the list, and you're going to see the order that they qualified in. But look, I'm just going to mention the top 3s here. Michael Tauscher, George Boothby, Killian Ryan Meenan, Valentin Barrier, Jarkko Torvinen, Mattis Kupf. We've then got Andre Franke, Chris McDade, Tinker van der Velde, Mike Noble, Joe McCauley, and Steph Volkats. That's 12 drivers that we all know and love, and then you've got 9 other drivers behind them that are just incredible at what they do. It is such an embarrassingly good level of driving there. I would not want to be in a lobby with these drivers for sure. They're just far too quick for me. But then that means we got our semi-finals. And this is the schedule then. We've got 2 semi-finals for you. The first one is 45 minutes long, and so is the second one. Again, mandatory pit stop. They will have to refuel 1 litre, and the top 12 from each race will advance to our final tomorrow, which is 2 hours around Kyalami. Edward Pavliuc then will be in Lobby 1 with Cormac Ryan Meenan, Andre Franke, David Schmitz. We've then got Pedro Santos, Gotham Reddy, Marjan Kodaman. We've got Marco Pajic, Jarkko Torvinen, Chris Gooch, Alessio Cattaneo, Benjamin Moser, George Boothby, Charlie Crosland, Killian Ryan Meenan, Nico Ull, Enrico Carter, Andreas Meyer, Mario Chantal, Valentin Barrier, Simon Demori, Mike Moreau, Paco Lara, and Gergo Panka. So that's lobby number 1. We will meet lobby number 2 later on when we indeed need to. But well, without further ado, we are going to head into the race. But let's listen to a little message from our partners at Mobiuz. Here we are then, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for race number 1 of the evening as well. And well, we will meet all of our drivers now. So yes, lovely old job. So let's get the livery slides up on your screen and so you can meet your drivers and what car they are indeed in. Eduard Pavliuc then from Romania, although it doesn't state exactly what car they're in, which is not ideal. In the McLaren he will be. Cormac Ryan Meenan then is repping the Aston Martin. Who else we got here? We've got Andre Franke then, who will be in a Lamborghini. He won his qualifying round, his quarterfinal, into this stage. Then we've got David Schmitz, then from Germany. He is also here as well. Lots of Germans this time out. Pedro Santos then from Portugal. Got a couple of Portuguese represented in this competition this year. You can look at the amount of different cars as well being chosen, which is always fantastic. Gotham Reddy then from Malta. Marjan Kodaman then from Slovenia is your next driver. Marco Pajic then from Germany, the best eyebrows in sim racing. He, of course, came 3rd in the last, well, it's the BenQ Challenger Cup then. But yeah, in the last championship, he was 3rd. Jarkko Torvinen then from Finland. He's the next driver as well. GT3, not his speciality. He's very good with GT4s, but again, we'll see what happens today. Chris Gooch then. Fun fact, him and another Gooch were in the competition today. He was the only one left standing. Alessio Cattaneo then from Italy is next up. So I'm assuming they're brothers, the Gooch brothers, but you know, who knows. Benjamin Moser then is from Austria. Fun fact, the Ryan Meenan brothers are both in this lobby as well, both from India. George Boothby then from the United Kingdom. Also racing in this lobby, he's in the Audi. Charlie Crosland then from the United Kingdom. He is in the Audi as well. Killian Ryan Meenan then from India. First of the Ryan Meenan brothers. He is in an Audi as well. And then we've got Nico Ull from Germany. I told you, lots of Germans today. Enrico Carter, huge forehead there from Italy. Andreas Meyer, again, another German. So many Germans. Mario Chantal then from Austria. Valentin Barrier then from France. Simon Demori from Austria. Mike Moreau from the United Kingdom. He is representing Porsche. Paco Lara then from España. Gergo Panka then from Hungary. He's also the voice you hear in the game. That's not annoying at all. And there you go, that's all of your drivers and ladies and gentlemen. And well, it is time for the Mobiuz Challenger Cup Season 4. First times are about to start being posted, I would imagine, here. And will we see any surprises? Only 10 minutes of qualifying before their 45-minute race. It is a sprint race, 45 minutes. None of these drivers will need to add fuel to their car unless they go for a really fruity strategy where they go for a light load at the start of the race. Who knows? Simon Demori, though, is the quickest as it stands at 59.6. Expecting to see a very low 59, though. Charlie Crossland then with a 159.7. And there's a 159.5. So here we go. Times are starting to tumble here. Andre Franke, who won his qualifier into this stage, then is the fastest as it stands. Andre Franke, who seems to be very, very good at these Intercontinental GT tracks as well. How are we all doing in the chat, though, guys? You all good? Get yourselves involved. Let's say hello. You can see Mike Noble's involved. Of course he's involved. But yeah, good to have you here. Again, you got me on my own today. I'm on my own on the commentary, which, again, you're all pretty much used to at this point. But yeah, my co-commentator's PC, it blew up. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. We're all going to have a little bit of fun. How you doing, Stephen? Welcome. Hope you're well. Mr. 9, welcome to the stream. So Andre Franke then still the one to beat as it stands. He's up on his time by 1/10 of a second, but George Boothby is the one to watch out for here, ladies and gentlemen. Halfway around his lap here, and he is half a second up, and that would be enough for a pole position run. Although Frank has just found an extra 10th himself. Litzan, welcome. AJ, welcome. Blitz, how you doing? Absolute Motorsport, welcome. Zeboy Zami, how you doing? Nico Ull then has put himself up into P4. Look how close the times are, though. Less than 2/10 separating your top 4. Remember, it doesn't matter about winning this race. It's all about just getting yourself into that top 12. They're going to put on a hell of a show still, for sure. But it's all about being in that top 12 for tomorrow's final. So if you get yourself into that top 12, you are in a great position. So a few people yet to get lap times in as it stands. We're on board with Boothby here as he comes through 130R down towards that final chicane. And this is a lightning time, guys. A lightning time, unless he's invalidated there. He did just cut the track a little bit. Might be okay. Around the final corner, he's 7/10 of a second up here. This could be a 59.2. Across the line then for George Boothby. And what is he producing here? 6th position currently. He's going to move up to pole, surely. Yes, he does. It's pole position then for George Boothby. Only 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Only 2 more opportunities. And Franke does improve, but it's not by enough. It's not by enough. And I said that Franke was in a Lamborghini. He wasn't. He was in an Audi. I don't know why I thought he was in a Lamborghini. I was thinking of Chris McDade. McDade is there. Marco Pajic then, who didn't really show too much form in race number 1 at Donington in qualifying. He just about got himself through. Of course, a previous podium sitter in the BenQ Challenger Cup Season 3. Now changed to Mobiuz, of course. Is he going to be able to be as successful? I'm good, thank you, Blitz. How you doing, Canetti? You okay? So yeah, only a 10-minute qualifying session, then a 45-minute time race. They've got 1 mandatory pit stop they have to serve. They have to at least add 1 litre of fuel to the car. They do not need to change tyres. Barrier moves up into a top 3 then. Boothby's time, I told you it'd be a low 59. Maybe we'll see a 58 today. Who knows? Alessio Cattaneo then moves up into what would be P5. And you can see on his name there, he's got silver underneath his number 25. That means he's not really got that much experience with the game in terms of the actual ACC stuff. But he runs in a lot of leagues. He runs in a lot of community events, hence why he is so fast. It's not just like he's come out the box here and you know, he's got a lot of experience with the game. It just doesn't show because he's not been doing a lot of what ACC has in its game to offer. But again, it's still Boothby on pole position. And actually, the only driver really improving here would be Panka. Down in P13, has got a lap time in, and he's right on the bubble now, isn't he? So top 12, Killian Ryan Meenan is in that top 12 as it stands. Again, qualifying means very, very little in terms of this race. And also, what is going to be really exciting today is you are going to see drivers pit on lap 1. They are going to be drivers that are going to decide, you know what, I'm going in lap 1. They know the weather isn't going to change. The weather is going to stay like it is the whole race. Tomorrow, in the final, that's where random weather will indeed just set itself up within the broadcast, which is going to be really exciting. But today, the weather will stay the same, so you're going to see a lot of strategy calls. How you doing, Bandit? Welcome to the stream, bud. Juki TV, how you doing as well? And your job today in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, is to be my co-commentator. We do have live stewarding happening as well. So what that means is, well, I'm going to be fed the information by our stewards as to when penalties are happening. So you're going to see it come up on your screen. You'll be like, oh my God, he may have a drive-through or a 5-second penalty. And then I will be able to explain it to you because it will be fed into my ear as well. So lots of exciting stuff today. Lots of exciting stuff. But yeah, get your drinks, get your snacks, because we're in for a bit of a classic today. How you doing, Malinowski? How we doing? Chris Warner. These competitions, like I've been telling everybody, doesn't matter what ability you are, what level you are, this is all about gaining experience. If you get an unbelievable result, then you get an unbelievable result. If you don't, it's all about maximizing how you feel about your performance. As long as you leave everything out on the table there, you know, with exception, don't take anyone out. As long as you leave everything out on the table and you're happy with what you produced, you're all good. David Schmitz then is the one really looking to take advantage here of people not going quicker. Like, the tyres are just like bubblegum at this point. Andre Franca is 0.2 of a second up here, so he might be able to indeed put pressure on George Boothby. But Schmitz right now is currently 1.7 seconds off the pace. He's half a second up here. 0.6 of a second up through 130R, 0.7 of a second up then down towards that final chicane. He's now 0.8 of a second up here. And again, just starting in that top 12 gives you so much confidence. Because, of course, you just have to finish in the top 12. But if you've got to battle your way into it, that's when it becomes a bit more difficult. You've also got to battle with your mind here. Across the line, it's his final attempt here. He's 0.8 up. It's going to be a really good time. And it's going to be a P11. So starts in P11 at the maximum here. In the background there, we have just had Simon Demori in the Audi, a very nice livery. He's gone for the South African twang of the livery. Franca has just lost 0.2 of a second. He's come through 130R now. Is he going to be able to regain it? That's the question. Needs to find about 1/10 of a second to take pole position. Exactly that, Warner. All about having fun. All about having fun. So down towards the line we come then. Franca is not going to improve enough here. He may improve. He does improve, but it's not by enough. George Boothby, I think, may have pole position sewn up here, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, we will look through the grid in a minute. But it is Boothby as it stands. Anyone still out on circuit here? Charlie's in the pits. Yeah, Jarko Torven is about 1/10 of a second down. He's gone for the big boy Bentley. That should be good at Kyle Army. He's banking on getting to the final with this car, for sure. P11, so he's moved into P11. He's moved David Schmitz down into P12. Right, there we go. That's qualifying done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, while we wait, ladies and gentlemen, for the session to indeed get going, let's have a little message from our partners. And if you guys would like to win yourself one of those monitors, type the word Mobius in chat. Make sure you're following the stream. Make sure you're following Mobius Gaming EU on Twitter and Actrovision on Twitter as well. But let's go through our grid here then. George Boothby is on pole position with Andre Franke then in second spot. In third position then it is Simon Demori with Valentin Berriere in fourth spot. Alassio Catania is in fifth. Charlie Crosland then is in sixth. Nico All in seventh. Marco Pajic, P3 in a previous BenQ Challenger Cup in P8. Killian Ryan Meenan then starts on the fifth row with his brother Cormac, the Indian pair of Indians, then in 9th and 10th. Jarkko Torvanen is in 11th with David Schmitz in 12th. And if it was to finish like this, all of the drivers I've just mentioned would qualify for the final tomorrow. But that's not how it works, because there's 12 other drivers. We've got Pedro Santos then from Portugal in the Porsche. We've got Gergo Panka then in the Aston Martin. Very bright Aston Martin, might I add. Paco Lara then in P15 with Enrico Carter in P16. Andreas Meyer is in P17. Marjan Kodeman in the BMW, the only BMW in the field, by the way, in 18th. Chris Gooch is in 19th position with Mario Chantal in P20. Eduard Pavliuc then is in P21. Benjamin Moser in P22. Gotham Reddy in P23. And Mike Moreau is in P24. So here we go then. There's your pole sitter. We're going to go a bit of chopper cam here, as they do indeed embark upon their lap. And well, let's get the livery slides on so you can pick your favourite driver for today's race. We excited? How you doing, Williams? You all good? Hopefully you're all well, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 2 races for you this evening, just to clarify. So this is race number 1. The top 12 will advance to tomorrow's final, where they will be met with 5 pro drivers. So there'll be 29 drivers on the grid tomorrow for our race at Kyalami. It'll be a 2-hour race with random weather. There will be a mandatory pit stop. There will be all of the bells and whistles. But today we've got 2 semi-finals for you. This is the first 24 drivers. The top 12 will advance to tomorrow's final, and the bottom 12 will unfortunately not be able to take part any further. But to have reached this stage of the competition, you've done very, very well indeed. I could not believe it when I looked this morning, because I try and keep it a bit of a secret until the morning of the competition of who signed up. I looked at the list and I was just like, wow, okay. There are some really, really talented drivers in this competition. So yeah, exciting times indeed. No worries, Williams, no worries. Got some Pavliuc fans in the chat. Who are we supporting then, ladies and gentlemen? Who have you come here to watch? Who have you come here to watch? Who are we excited to be watching tonight? Oh, we've got some Carter fans from Reslar. Nice. We've obviously got Pavliuc, got Carter. Barrier and Greco. UKOG gang. Anyone not in an Audi? Well, you probably should have chosen an Audi, guys. It's almost like it wasn't free choice. The Bentley gang, Torfanen, yeah, for sure. So they come through Kobayashi, then they're heading up then towards Spoon Curve on this full formation lap. And remember, since the update, since the 2020 BOP, the formation lap is huge. You can gain up to a second on the first couple of laps just because of you warming up the tyres sufficiently. So here we go then, up towards 130R. 45 minutes of racing. Exciting times here. John West, Kyalami is tomorrow night's final. exactly that, Williams. With the amount of talent in this race, I'm sure we will. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. So here we go then. Final couple of corners here on this formation lap. It will be George Boothby that will take them away. Franca in second, 2 Audis at the front then. A lot of Audis at the front, actually. Demori with an Audi as well. Then they've got Valentin Barriere and a Lamborghini. And then the Aston Martin of Catania, Crossland in the Audi as well. So lots of Audis at the front. Nico Ull in the Honda NSX. Looking forward to see how he does today as well. And well, here we go then, ladies and gentle-cars. It's the first race of 2 here in the Mobiuz Challenger Cup semi-finals. Top 12 will advance to tomorrow's final. Here we go. We're about to go green light racing. The flag is about to be waved. And who will be our first 12 joining our 5 pro drivers? Coming up towards the end of the grid here before the timer will indeed start to count down. Here we go then. It is green light racing time here in the Mobiuz Challenger Cup season number 4, semi-final 1, and up towards turn number 1. And you can see the Boothby already squeezing Franca out there, and you can see the Valentin Barriere nearly making a little bit of a contact with the car in front, which would be Simon Demori, which has now opened the door here for Charlie Crossland. So Crossland then in that pink and green Audi has made it an Audi 1, 2, 3, 4 at the front. The Lamborghini had to back out of the move into turn 1, and indeed Julie has just kept his race intact here. Didn't want any front end damage. It's a power circuit for sure. Alessio Catania then is just in behind. Oh no, Alessio Catania has lost out big time here in that pink Aston Martin. He's now got pressure from behind here of Killian Ryan Meenan. So Killian has made his way up the order here as well. So yeah, not a good start then from, not a good start here from Catania whatsoever. But again, it's all about being in that top 12. So there's nothing to really be too worried about right now as they come through the Degners. So all golden here as it stands. Looks like everyone's got through pretty well, to be completely honest. Go down the back end here. And Cormac, well, Cormac's down at the back of the grid. So I'm not too sure what's happened to Cormac, but he is down at the back of the grid here. Gotham Reddy has moved up into P23. So Cormac was in, well, row number 5. A little bit of action here between Mike Moreau and Pavliuc. Mike Moreau then, who qualified last, is up to 22nd. So good start from him. Edouard Pavliuc then is in P21, or will be to P22 now. Mario Chantal just off the back of Benjamin Moser. Marjan Kodeman, who is in the BMW. The only BMW in the field. As they come through Spoon Curve then, BMW should be able to get away from that Porsche relatively well. Although, I think the Porsche had a little bit of a buff yesterday with an update. So we'll see now. We'll actually watch this on a chase cam. And we'll watch it on board from Benjamin Moser's perspective. And actually, no, the BMW just is able to pull away through 130R. They come, and actually, you can just see up ahead here, Chris Gooch is right up then. The tailpipe here of that Ferrari. It's a late lunge up the inside, had to back out there. Ferrari's going to lose a load of time, avoiding action for sure. And again, they all need to be very, very careful. And there's the early pit stop. Pedro Santos is in. Killian Ryan Meenan is in. So that is what you have with this strategy here. No pit window, so that means they can come in any time, get themselves out of traffic, get some clear air, and well, it is a gamble because if there's any slow cars that are maybe dragging around at the back, then you might get held up by that. But they've taken the gamble here, and Pedro Santos, Killian Ryan Meenan, Kodeman is come into the pits as well here, and Cormac Ryan Meenan. So Cormac's decided to do so as well. He's gone for that Indian livery, of course, being an Indian. So they've just got to sit there, take 1 litre of fuel, and they are golden. So that is all they need to do. Up to the leaders then, and you can see that the lead, George Boothby, 4/10 clear now of Andre Franca. Simon Demori is in 3rd position. Charlie Crossland then is in 4th. Valentin Barriere in 5th position. In 6th then is Marco Pajic. Pajic then is in the Porsche. Lamborghini and Porsche are the only cars that are not Audi in the top 6 as it stands. Nico Ull in 7th position. We've got Catania then in 8th. Schmitz 9th. Jarko Torven in 10th. Gergo Panka in 11th, and Lara is in 12th. And well, although there's big positives from getting yourself out of the pack and in clear air, again, you can just do qualifying laps at that point on your own. You do then lack any sort of slipstream, so you can lose time there. So you need to be absolutely bang on with your entrances and apexes and exits. But on the flip side, again, you've got no one to be worried about around you. Another thing is that it's sometimes easier to chase people. So it's sometimes easier to chase people. And if you don't have that carrot in front of you, that's where you can lose time. You can be a bit more lackadaisical about things. But I'm sure they're going to be absolutely fine. I'm sure they're going to be absolutely fine. Again, welcome to the stream, guys. Hopefully you are all well. Hopefully everyone is all well here. Look how close the leaders are. It's so, so close. Remember, top 12 will indeed advance to the next stage. So across the line they come here. Boothby leads by 0.3 of a second. Is it close enough? No, it's half a second here. It's half a second here. As they come then through. 5-second penalty then for Mario Chantal. So Chantal's got himself a 5-second penalty. So there's a lap 1 incident between car 12 and 179 being looked at, and it was deemed as a racing incident. We've then got a car number 82 and 42. The number 82 deemed to be at fault. That is indeed Mario Chantal. He's got a 5-second penalty. He has not had a pit stop yet, so he will need to serve that in the upcoming pit stop phase. So he will be held for 5 seconds longer. Great work there by the stewards. But yeah, it looks like there was an incident on lap number 1. Boothby still leading here. Franca in second. In third position then is Simon Demore. It looks like they've got a little bit of a gap to the group behind. I say a little bit of a gap. It is a tiny gap, if anything. Charlie now under a lot of pressure here. And let's actually go on board here with Valentin Barrier. Let's go chase Cam. And, well, that means we can look behind in the rearview mirror at Marco Pajic. We can look at the car in front there, which looks like a Peppa Pig messing around in the grass. We've got a Lara then with a drive-through penalty here. So it looks like we've got a drive-through penalty for P11. So through Spoon Curve they come. Charlie makes a bit of a mistake there, grabs loads of curb on the exit. Luckily he's got a corner here to indeed help him out. So it looks like already Lara then has got a drive-through for track limits. So his drive-through was for track limits. That was not given out by the stewards. And to do that in 3 laps, that's pretty impressive. Not going to lie, that is very impressive there. Very impressive to have received a penalty that quickly for track limits. Notorious, how you doing? So as it stands then, the top 12 are Boothby, Franca, Demore, Charlie Crossland, Barrier, Pajic, Ull, Catania, Schmidt, Panker, Lara and Carter. Lara's got a drive-through penalty. You can see, though, the group at the back who've got that green box next to their name. So if you're looking at the left-hand side of your screen right now, and you're like, what's that orange box with the number 1 in? Maybe you've never seen this game before and never watched this, this type of racing. Well, that means that they've got to pit once. If it's green, that means they've done it. They are sufficiently good to go for the rest of the race. So Boothby still leading by 0.4 of a second. And the last thing, you know, at this point, the top 6 are kind of pretty safe. But they're so close to each other right now that one mistake can indeed magnify and get multiple people out of this race. So they need to be very careful here. And it's kind of like, well, you know, I want to sit behind a driver, but if they're slower than me, I need to make the move as soon as possible. So that way that if they make a mistake, I'm not going to get caught up in any of that rubbish. You can see the Barrier then on the power really early here in that Lamborghini in Crossland. It's got some severe pressure on. He managed to get away ever so slightly over the previous lap and a half, but now Valentin Barrier is right up his chuff box once again. So in towards then what would be Spoon. And there's another mistake there by Charlie. We've seen him take that curb very aggressively multiple times now, and well, it's lost him a load of time. The front 3 are kind of just off into the distance now. They are chilling. It's down towards 130R. Yep, you can have a go at that move there. But unless you're Marta Garcia, it's very unlikely you're going to pull it off. So Valentin Barrier does decide to just sit behind him. And now it's all about getting that really good exit out of this final chicane. Goes in, well, a little bit deep. Just a little bit deep, and you can see how much of an effect that has. Charlie's able to pull away and say thank you very much. And really, at this point, if Barrier thinks he's being held up too much, he needs to come into the pits, get a pit stop done early, and then hope that he's ahead of Killian, Jarkko Torvanen, Pedro Santos, Gooch, because those drivers, they got clear air. Let's actually check out Killian's perspective right now. Whereabouts on track is Killian? So Killian's got nothing to be worried about here. So he's just going to be piling in lap times. He's doing 2:01.1. Oh, he's as quick as the leaders. He is as quick as the leaders. Actually, the fastest is Simon Demore. But right now, Killian is, well, it's a moment of genius coming in early. He knows the weather isn't going to change, so he's just going to stick around. He's good. Jarkko Torvanen, well, we'll find out what his lap time is now, because he's just done outlap here. So he's about to come across the line to complete his first timed lap since he's pit. And his lap time is a 2:01.3, so he's lapping similarly to the leaders as well. Well, Pedro Santos again is leading similar to the leaders. Only the top 3 are quicker than these drivers right now. So really, really good bit of strategy call then from these drivers. Look at Pajic. I think Pajic needs to come in as well. Like, he's in a rock and a hard place. He's got an NSX behind him. He's got Catania and the Aston Martin behind him. We've got Valentin Barrier in front of him. And I'd be very surprised if these guys stay out for much longer. Oh, Tomsky, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're all well. So yeah, going to be super, super interesting to see how this is going to play out in terms of the drivers that have pit early. And the longer these drivers here leave it, I think the front 3 are going to be fine, but the longer the drivers here in P4, 5, and 6 leave it, the more chance it is that they are going to be swallowed up by them. Look at that little gap that Killian could filter his way in here. So yeah, again, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be pretty damn exciting. But I'd be very surprised if one of these don't just decide, you know what, I've had enough here. I just want to come in, get it all done and dusted, do my own thing. And none of them have. None of them have. Right, okay, they're going for it. They are going for it. What about Jarkko Torvinen? Is he catching up then to Killian in front? Doesn't look like he is. What about Cormac Ryan Meenan? What's lap time is he doing? Well, Cormac has just done a 2:01.0. That is lightningly fast. And he has to do that now for the rest of this race. So it looks like he was involved in something at the start here. I'm wondering if he was involved in any of the incidents, actually. The number 12 popped up then. Yeah, so... yeah, there was an incident between him, number 12, and 179, which is Schmitz, and it was deemed a racing incident. So, yeah, looks like Cormac's ended up at the back of the grid because of that, but it was deemed a racing incident. So that's what's happened then. But you can see now he is catching up here to the back of Gooch. Doesn't need this. Again, he needs to be putting in the lap times that he's putting in now, 2:01.0s for the entirety of this race to have a chance of getting into that top 12. So lots of different stories. He's a very fast Indian. Yeah, one of the fastest Indians in the world. So is he going to make a potential move here again? Is he going to be forced to do so? He goes up the inside here. Is he going to run out of track on the exit? No, he doesn't. A very good move indeed. Gooch there made it very, very easy, to be fair. Mario Chancel again, you realise his 5-second penalties there. That will be served when he's in the pits. Let's check out the front 3. Andre Franke then right up and behind George Boothby. Boothby would have liked to have had a couple of seconds to play with here, this early stage of the race, but it doesn't really matter, because these 3 just need to chill out. Like, even if Franke tries to make some advances, you would expect George to maybe just let him go through. This is something that Charlie Crosland was very good at in the quarterfinals. He gave up 2 positions at one point just to guarantee himself a spot in this semi-final. So, yeah, I would expect to see him do something similar here. Look how close Valentin is in that Lamborghini. So the Audi then, again, the Peppa Pig rolling in the grass. Is he going to lose a position? He's not. Valentin Barrier then on the brakes very late and actually had to really pile the pressure on the braking for sure. Charlie doesn't come in. None of them come in. So again, I think they're just losing time. I think they're just losing time. So Boothby leads the way. Franke in second. Demori third. Charlie Crosland is in fourth. Then Valentin Barrier fifth. Pajic is in sixth. Oh is in seventh. Catania eighth. Gogo Panka is in 9th, then Schmitz is in 10th, Carter 11th, and Meyer in 12th. That would be your qualifiers as it stands, but of course a lot of them haven't pit, whereas there's a big group behind them that have. In 13th is Moser, Chantal, Moreau, Pavliuc in 16th, Lara in 17th, after serving a drive-through penalty for track limits abuse. But now where we get to the meat and bones, the group that have pit already in this race. Killian Ryan Meenan, Jarkko Torvinen, Pedro Santos, Cormac Ryan Meenan, Gooch and Kodaman. Oh, there's a big mistake by Valentin Barrier. He's off. And Pajic is going to sneak one up the inside here, surely. Well, I'll tell you what, Valentin Barrier is going to try and keep hold of this position. Probably not the best idea. Just filter back in behind. Get that top 12 and you are golden. So if they keep going side by side through corners, it's just going to cost them time. But he has just about held on. So he runs wide then through Degners. And as they come up towards Kobayashi, or through Kobayashi, now towards Spoon Curve, he's held onto the position, and Pajic would have just been like, what are you doing? You're slowing us right down now. Charlie Crosland in the Audi just in front here. He's in Dreamland. He's like, yeah, it's brilliant. You guys crack on. You keep doing that. That's fine. But yeah, Barrier just, well, he's held onto the position. You know, he made the decision at the time, and it's turned out to pay off. certainly paid off for him. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching right now, we've got a final tomorrow night, but during the stream today or tomorrow, we will be giving away an EX3415R ultra-wide monitor from Mobiuz. Of course, it is the latest in technology in terms of monitors. It is the latest from Mobiuz as well. I want one really badly. Actually, I'm going to just type Mobiuz in the chat. I think, yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Actual Vision's been entered into the giveaway. Lovely old job. So yeah, maybe I can win. Who knows? But yeah, type Mobiuz in the chat, guys, and you will indeed be entered into the giveaway. Make sure that you're following Mobiuz Gaming EU on Twitter. At Trollvision on Twitter as well. So yeah, Mobiuz Gaming EU on Twitter. At Trollvision on Twitter as well. Make sure you're following both of us and that you're following me on Twitch as well. And you will be having a chance of winning. So if you get your name drawn out and you're not following on the socials, unfortunately, it will not count. Hey, Bandit. How you doing, bud? Bandit, thanks for the support earlier as well, buddy. Jean-Pierre. Yeah, that's who's entered the competition, Dom. Jean-Pierre. Let's go a little bit further back here. So Mario Chantal still yet to serve his penalty. He finds himself in P13. A little bit off the pace then of, well, Mike Moreau's moved up right away. He's not Pitt, of course, but now you can see that Killian is now starting to catch up to drivers like Paco Lara. So this is where it indeed becomes a little bit of a risk, because if you catch up with drivers that are indeed a lot slower than you, then you're going to lose a lot of time. Although Lara had to serve a drive-through penalty to be in this position, so it should only be one driver realistically they'll have to deal with, although he's still 5.3 seconds behind, so he should be okay. He should be okay. He should be okay. Ben Moser, or Benjamin Moser, in behind Andreas Meyer. This is the button position right now, and again, these really need to get a hurry on, because there are some drivers in behind that are super, super fast. Like, really, really fast. Through 130R they come, and a Porsche runs off circuit there, and again, three times doing that, and it is curtains for you. It is absolute curtains. 28 minutes still to go in this race, so just under 2/3 of the race to go. Still plenty of potential action to come your way. And while the action really is at the front, this is where you kind of don't expect the action, because everyone's just should be chilling. We're in the top 12 by quite the considerable margin. We are all good. But no, these two are very, very close here. Demori's just dropped off the pace. He's now 2.5 seconds off, so I guess he's made a mistake there, to be fair. Charlie now has got, well, the whole Spanish Inquisition coming up behind him now. The French Revolution in Valentin Barrière. He's got the Germans coming with Marco Pajic. Catania, the Italians there behind him. And then you've got the Hungarian Revolution of Gergo Panker behind as well. So yeah, good luck with this, Charlie. I think Charlie comes into the pitch, you know, and just goes, do you know what? I've had enough of this. I do not fancy having these cars right up my chuff for this amount of time. So if you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mobiuz Challenger Cup Season number 4. We've got 2 races for you this evening. This is race number 1. This has been a competition that we've run all day. We have had quarterfinals this afternoon, and this is the top 12 from each quarterfinal represented in this first semi-final, and then the second one, which will be happening very, very shortly. So there's 24 drivers in each, 48 in total. 12 drivers from each semi-final will advance to tomorrow's grand final. 2 hours of Kyalami. The rules and regulations of this race are there is 1 mandatory pit stop. They have to put 1 litre of fuel in the car, and that is it. There's no pit window as well, so there's this really interesting dynamic right now that there's 2 races happening. It's a bit like the Tour de France. So you've got this group of drivers here who have not pit, but then you've got the group behind of Killian, Ryan and Jarkko Torvinen. Torvinen is flying, by the way. Torvinen is absolutely flying. He's right up behind Killian. And right now, I think that Jarkko Torvinen and Killian would probably just be ahead of these, because they come in on lap number 1. So they've just tried to get themselves a bit of clear air, a bit of room to work with, and then indeed see where they are near the end of this race. All you need to do is get top 12. Top 12. They have to use the same car throughout the whole competition. So what they used earlier on at Donington is what they're using right now here at Suzuka, and this is what they'll be using tomorrow at Kyalami as well. So yeah, we've told them they have to use the same car for all 3 parts of the championship if they indeed qualify, which has made it very interesting in terms of how many different car choices there have been. Of course, last time out, we had McLarens everywhere because we had Silverstone. This time it's just a little bit different, a little bit more fun. That is for certain. But as we've already had in the chat today, we've got Boothby and Franco and Demoria P1, P2, P3, Charlie and P4 are all Audi, and the Audi is very strong at tomorrow's final circuit, Kyle Army. That's where the prizes are awarded. That's where the top 3 do indeed earn their onions. Catania now being caught here by Panka. So Panka now is at the back of this pack, and well, let's check it out from his cock cam and listen to the sounds of the engines. There's a mistake there by Panka. Again, that will be a warning. Gets more of those warnings. He's done, and Payich comes in. Panka comes in as well. And that was risky. Nearly did a Dowking coming into the pits there. Oh, there's contact between Panka and Payich as well. And I'm wondering now if Payich may have damage to that car. That was pretty naughty there by Panka. I know he's trying to gain as much time as possible, but ultimately you still need to be aware of the car in front of you. So I'm wondering now if Payich may have to stay in the pits a little bit longer. We'll see this now. We'll watch them both come out. So they've both got to serve the 1 litre of fuel. And we'll see if any of them are held longer here. So he should be dropped pretty much straight away once he serves. About 4 seconds and out. And Payich the same. No, Payich has lost time because of that damage. So Marco Payich here is going to lose time because of the damage. Look at that. Look how much time he's lost. So he's lost damage to the because of the pit there. Like, he was slower into the pits, but again, it is the responsibility of the car behind to be on the brakes. But he's lost 5, 6, 7 seconds maybe. Oh man, that is very, very unfortunate indeed. So Franca is 4 tenths behind Demori. Oh, Demori's off here. Big, big off then. What has happened here? Let's go check this out from his chase cam. So you can see then, already lost a position there. There's a back marker. So here's a back marker there. Comes through to Degner's pretty well. Does look a little bit lackluster there, to be fair. And up towards Kobayashi. What happens here then? Oh, he runs wide. Oh, he's on the power too early. Oh dear. Just a little spinneroony on his own. And that, how costly is that going to be? How costly is that going to be? Got to be careful of the racing line, of course. Luckily, they filter out wide there. That could be very costly coming towards the end of this race. He's down to P7. His tyres are going to be baked, but it's all about the cars in behind, isn't it? The Killian, well, Killian's ahead of Marco Payich. Where does Panka filter in all of this? Well, Panka is behind Pedro Santos. So Pedro Santos' early stop here has put him up ahead of Panka. So there's a 5-second penalty being added to car 778. And there it is for rear-ending Payich in the pit lane. So a 5-second penalty has been added then for the rear end into the pit lane on Marco Payich. So how far behind is Payich at this point? Is it around about 5 seconds? It's 6.1 seconds here. So Marco now needs to really, really get a move on. So it's definitely you know, one of those things that happens in racing, but ultimately, you know, it is the responsibility of the driver behind to be on the brakes. We've got Paco Lara then up into a top 10, even though he's had a drive-through penalty as it stands. By the way, Panka will not serve this 5-second penalty. That will be added to his race time at the end of the race. George Boothby still leading the way here. 6 tenths clear Charlie Crossland 6 seconds behind. Demori, after that spin, has not stopped, so he's still out there in P6. Carter moves up into a top 7. I know there's some fans for Carter. Looks like there's a stop-go penalty for Maya, and that will be for speeding in the pit lane. I'm pretty sure. I don't think that would have been given by the stewards. So that will be a speeding in the pit lane penalty. So I'll wait for clarification on that. Or he's done something really bad, like murdered someone. So, yeah, well, who knows? I guess we'll find out very, very shortly. This is only race 1 of 2. We're just coming up towards the halfway point of this race ending then. George Boothby still leading, but seems to be losing a little bit of time now. Might be worth him coming in just to, I don't know, unfrazzle his brain at this point. He's not coming in. Franca isn't coming in either. Yeah, absolutely, Dom. Absolutely. That was the big worry there, isn't it? You're thinking that Payich is going to get a penalty for that. But he hasn't. He's all good. So, yeah, definitely, you know, he's definitely got damage from it, hasn't he? That's the trouble. Catania then is into the pits in P5. There's some Catania fans. I'm pretty sure I saw some Catania fans in the chat earlier. In his Team Ballast colours there, with green and purple. So he's yet to actually stop here. He's going to lose out. So where's Valentin Barriere? So Barriere, how far ahead of Killian is he? Oh, he's only 2 seconds. So yeah, Killian's made a really good effort here in terms of stopping at the right time. Where does Catania filter out in all of this? He's coming out the pits now. Is he going to filter in between them? No, I don't think he's going to be up to speed fast enough here. He's going to be behind them. He is definitely going to be behind them, isn't he? Yeah, behind the whole pack. He's going to be behind Jarkko Torvinen. And actually, it's Payich then. So Payich is the next driver behind. And actually, Catania is going to fall in behind Panka now. So Panka is in the top 12 as it stands. Remember, he's got that 5-second penalty as well. Payich 6.2 behind, has been for a while. So now, yeah, he has to take into account that 5-second penalty. I think Carter is going to be behind this group here. Demori is going to be ahead. I think that Payich right now is P12. Is net P12. Look at this. Valentin Barriere is lapping now the fastest he has done all race. Who would have thought by coming into the pits early, getting himself out of the pressure zone of challenging forward and indeed behind, that he would indeed now start to go faster. Looks like we've got a penalty then for Cormac Ryan Meenan. A 5-second time penalty for car 12. That's Cormac for an incident with car 45 in turn number 16. So yeah, Cormac then not having the greatest of days here for sure. And now he's behind Marco Payich. Catania. So yeah, Catania indeed filters in between Payich and indeed Panka. Cormac then was, well, slowly closing in to that top 12. It's not quite worked out. So Cormac then will have to now also serve that 5-second penalty, but he's quick. He's got 18 minutes, 15 seconds now to indeed nullify that 5-second penalty. Boothby still leads by 1 second. I said earlier on that Boothby was starting to struggle. He's now got the biggest advantage he's had all race. So it shows exactly how much I know in this situation. Jarkko Torvinen then is in P9. So again, very good decision to make the stop early. He's comfortably in that top 12, although I think he might be P8 because Carter, once he pits, will filter him down. The punt just sped him up a bit. Yeah. It is what it is, though, Juki. Ultimately, again, it is responsibility of the driver behind to make sure that they are stopping, especially in a narrow position. Like, you can't overtake into the pit entry because there's 2 barriers either side. So it is 100% up to them. Looks like Pavliuc is in the pits here. Is he done? Yeah, Pavliuc is out of this race. Pavliuc is out of this race. Charlie, oh, what's happened to Charlie? What's happened to Charlie here? He's 4/10 off of the group here. I guess he's coming, yeah, he's coming to the pits, he's come back out, so he's made a mistake somewhere. Jeff Foley, welcome to the stream. So there's been a mistake here from Charlie somewhere, because he's now, well, he's struggling. This battle for P12, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very exciting indeed. So with Panka with that 5-second penalty hanging over him, there is going to be a proper battle for this top 12. Cormac is, of course, very, very quick after the incident at the start of this race. And now with that 5-second penalty, it's going to be interesting to see who's in that 12th position. Remember, the top 12 will qualify for tomorrow's final. So they will be into tomorrow's final. It looks like Maya is out of this race now. He's been in the pits for some time serving this stop-go 30-second penalty. Mike Williams, yep, that's why his name's still Mike Williams. Catania is flying, by the way. This Aston Martin is a long-run car. It really is. Once you get past the sort of first 20 minutes of a stint, this car is an absolute monster. The Audi just struggling here. Hey, that's me. I'm famous. I'm famous for bidding it into a wall. Better be famous for that than not at all, eh? So 15 minutes to go here. And, well, let's go and check out a little bit of an onboard here from Catania. See whether he can indeed pursue cross land and get the position. But we're also going to have a little listen at some engine noises. So yeah, we're going to see him potentially get a run here, I would imagine, out of Spoon Curve down towards 130R. And you see the Audi struggling here. Charlie struggling like hell. On the brakes so early there just to get the car turned in. But the Audi got caught out there ever so slightly. Culinary, how you doing, bud? Mr. Fantastical, you're good? Charlie is struggling here. I reckon he's hit something. Oh, there's a gap up the inside here. Catania, well, he found it. What? How has that happened? There's a flash of lights there, but like he's just sent it and Charlie's got out of the way. He hit the apex. I guess the stewards will look at that, but like, Charlie's now going to try and respond here. Decides to go on the brakes early. I don't think he's got the car underneath him right now. But that, well, that was brilliant. I thought that was quite a good move. I said a flash of the lights come in, but that was, I'm a little bit shocked really of how that, I'm surprised I haven't reacted a little bit more to that. I just didn't expect it. That's come out of absolutely nowhere. And ladies and gentlemen, maybe move of the day. Wow. Just absolutely sent it. I think he realised over the course of that lap that he had the brakes, whereas Charlie clearly hasn't. And he realised that if he goes for an attack into that final chicane, Charlie can't defend it. If he does, then there's going to be contact, I would say. But it will be on Charlie for getting across on the racing line. So right now, Payich has got in his sights that top 12. So Charlie's car is just an absolute mess at this point. So more to the penalty then for Cormac Ryan Meenan. Apparently he was failing to leave a car's width of space on the exit of turn 17. So that is why, indeed, there was a 5-second penalty added. The move there by Catania has been looked at by the stewards, and it was deemed as reasonable and clean and fair. So yeah, great. Catania, take a bow. Beautiful bit of work there from him. And now we go on chase cam, and look at this. Charlie under all sorts of pressure from the Porsche. Porsche very similar to the Aston, as it will indeed get a little bit quicker as the race goes on. Not the greatest car at the start, but looking good. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Nine. Honya, Ken Chicken, how you doing, guys? So Panker now starting to lose time here for sure, because he's now P9 and he's just about 5 seconds clear here. So yeah, he's being held up. Panker's being held up by Santos. Santos, of course, did the early pit stop. That's a strategy call he made, and he made it beautifully well. Through the exit then of the S's. Up towards the Degners. And Payich again. He's got to just be patient here. He is in that P12 now. He's in that P12 position. Yeah, Carter's dropped behind them all. So he's golden. Payich is golden as it stands. But again, would like a little bit of insurance, that's for sure. Cormac has now got to catch these, overtake one of them, and gain 5 seconds in 10 minutes. It's very, very difficult. So the lead, though, still. The front four haven't pit, by the way. So right now, Schmitz. How has Schmitz ended up in P3? So Schmitz now in P3 out of nowhere because he hasn't pit. Demori's made another mistake to be behind him. Now that's why. So that's why I was a bit shocked there. Demori now, with all of these drivers, I tell you what, Demori might not be in the contention for that top 12. So yeah, the pit stop phase for these drivers is going to be super interesting. But all of a sudden, yeah, Demori and Schmitz find themselves 14 seconds off the lead. And now under pressure from a lot of drivers. Where are they going to filter in? They're going to wait right to the end here, I would imagine. Santos again with Panker knows he has to get on with it. Because in behind him, Cormac Ryan Meenan, the real driver that Ryan Meenan's got to look out for here is Panker. If he can catch up to Panker and overtake him, they've both got 5-second penalties. For me, yeah, it's going to be tough for Cormac to close in on anyone else and gain 5 seconds. So he has to try and close in on that yellow Aston Martin here. So this is fascinating stuff. This really is fascinating stuff. Absolutely fascinating stuff. So up towards the Degnan as we come, and yeah, Panker just has to try and make a move here. He's definitely being held up. He's got Killian, Ryan Meenan as well, Jarkko Torvinen. They came in really early, but they're just slowing everyone down at this stage of the race. Payich cannot get past Crossland, and meanwhile, Cormac is starting to close up on them. I think Payich will try and push this move on as quickly as he possibly can. I think he has to, realistically. This is race 1 of 2, though, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got a second race for you, so that's going to be pretty cool. Pretty damn excited about both of these races today. I've been excited all day. I've been just buzzing. Been shaking. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I love sim racing. So right now then, Boothby, we know Boothby and Franco are going to come out P1, P2. Unless there's some big calamity, they're going to come out P1, P2. Schmitz and Demori, no idea. Like Demori here may feel like he's not in contention anymore. He's really close to behind Schmitz. I want to watch this for a second. Let's watch these down in towards turn number 1. See how well the exit speed here of that Porsche is. So it did receive a little buff yesterday in an update. How good are the brakes then? Payich would love this. Look how close now Cormac is behind. Cormac is super, super close here. Payich decides against it. What about Demori? Demori needs a little bit of insurance here because now he's behind Schmitz. Becomes very, very difficult. I don't think Schmitz is going fast enough here. And these two might be caught out. I think they genuinely could be caught out here. How far is Barriere behind them? We'll find out now as he comes across the timing beam. Excuse me. 27 seconds. I don't know. Maybe they're going to be okay. The trouble is Cormac has to do everything now. Like everything. He's got no room for error here. He has to catch up to, I would say, Panker to get into the top 12. Because even if he overtakes the cars in front, he's got to find a 5-second advantage. So it becomes very, 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 very difficult. I think he'll be happy that these two cars are as close as they are. Yeah, the Audis are super quick. Yes, Graham, that's what I'm saying. So really, the person that Cormac's chasing here is Panker because they both have a 5-second penalty. So overtaking these, he doesn't really gain a position, right? But if he can overtake these but then overtake Panker, that means that he would have overtaken legit. Does that make sense? That's what I mean by that, bud. I'm always thinking, guys. It may not make sense when I talk, but in my brain, a lot of interesting things and factual things go down as Pajic makes a mistake then. So he thought he had a chance there, didn't he? Definitely thought he had a chance on Charlie. And, well, he didn't. And now the pressure from that Aston Martin behind. But look at this. Catania now. So this is not what Panker wants. Because if Catania, we've already seen once, make an unbelievable move. He's going to try and do it again. Even though he's now in a very comfortable position to get to tomorrow's final, he wants to try and gain some more positions. He doesn't care at this point. You've got to respect it. You've absolutely got to respect it. So 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go. So remember, everybody has to pit. So the front four have yet to do so. The penalties are a contributing factor as it stands as well. And again, up towards Kobayashi. Panker runs a little bit wide here. Catania trying to seize an opportunity. Seize, not cease. Seize, not cease. And Killian is really the cork in the bottle right now. He won't care. He's P6. He will not care one little bit. Frank is in. So Frank is into the pits. Again, we don't need to be worried about him. We know he's going to be comfortably ahead of everybody in terms of the P3 or P5 right now. P3 and P4, they'll come in on the last lap, I guess. They've stayed out as long as they possibly can. A few people have really tried to extend their strategy in this. It's been a really interesting race. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen, as much as I have. I think this has been absolutely superb. And again, Panker, I think if Panker gets put under a severe amount of pressure, he lets him go. He's tried it again. Oh, off they go. The Porsche's gone. So Pedro off the circuit. Pedro Santos off the circuit he goes. And, well, let's go and check out that. But let's watch this overtake, and then we'll go back 30 seconds and watch that happen here. So, again, he's going to be under some pressure here from Catania. Catania is going to make the move up the inside, I think. Yes, he is. And it's going to be easy pickings then for him. So let's check this out then. Let's go chase. What's happened here then? Oh, he's just on the brakes late, isn't he? On the grass. Once you hit the grass, you are done. He's tried to hold the position here of Catania. Fair play to Catania here because he's gone out wide. He's been impeded here for sure. But it's not affected him. Catania, well, no, to be fair, he wasn't impeded at all. Catania then just with the slipstream down it towards turn number 1. Clean as a whistle. Beautiful bit of work there. Cormac's now P11. So Cormac's now moved up into P11 here. Pajic now with a drive-through penalty. So drive-through penalty for Pajic for causing a collision. And I think he had the collision with Charlie. So he's got a drive-through penalty then. Charlie's now down in P14. And with the penalty here of Cormac, this means that I think Ull and Crosland are going to qualify. So Cormac now, with 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go, has to drive the drive of his life and try and get 5 seconds ahead of this driver here, Charlie. So right now, Charlie has to try and stay within 5 seconds of Cormac. Pajic has got to come in now to serve his drive-through. George Boothby's in the pit. Schmitz is in the pits. Where does Schmitz come out? Well, they're almost touching. Christ, okay. So Demori was ahead of him in the pit lane. So has he managed to overtake going into the pits? He has. But where do they filter out in all of this? Where do they filter out? Where's Cormac now? So they're going to come out ahead here, miles ahead. Oh, my good Lord, look at this. Killian is now 3 wide with Panker, with Jarkko Torvanen. Catania is going to make a move here for sure on Killian. Killian closes the door. And these drivers don't need to be doing this. What are they doing? Catania there, just a little tickle to Killian. Killian, what's going on with Killian? Is he fuel saving? 1 minute, 16 seconds to go, and I think he's in trouble here. I don't know what's going down. I have no idea what's going down here. So Pajic has got a drive-through penalty. Pajic is now P14. So he's out of this equation. But what is going down? Oh, Demori now with a stop-go 30-second penalty. That's speeding in the pit lane. So that's how he's got ahead. That's how he's got ahead. So he's not going to qualify. Oh, there's drama. So Simon Demori's P4. He's got a stop-go penalty. That's, if he doesn't serve it, it'll be an 80-second added onto his time. He isn't going to qualify because he's sped in the pit lane. Wow. So much action here. So Pajic with a drive-through then for the collision with Charlie. But Simon Demori's got one for speeding in the pit lane. Wow, I don't know how this is going to finish up now. I have no idea how this is going to finish up. This is superb. Skinny, how you doing, bud? This is great. Exciting stuff. Oh, we're all on the edge of our seats. Are you enjoying this, ladies and gentlemen? Are you enjoying this? This is the Mobiuz Challenger Cup, baby. Season number 4. Boothby is going to win the race. Congratulations to Boothby. Frank is going to finish in P2. Great stuff from them. Barriere then, who was under so much pressure during this race, does get top 3. Remember, top 12 qualify. Demori, he's got a stop-go penalty for 30 seconds. It's going to be 80 seconds. He isn't going to qualify. He's done. So that is now, and so does Marco Pajic, because he's sped in the pit lane, serving his drive-through penalty. Schmitz then is going to move up to P4. Jarko Torven is going to move up to P5. Panker's going to move up to P6, but he's going to lose positions because of his 5-second penalty. Catania is going to move up into 6th, I guess. Killian Ryan Mina is going to move up into 7th. Pedro Santos may move up into 8th. Then Cormac's going to be in 10th. Nico All's going to be in 11th. And I think Charlie, because of Simon Demori, is going to get a pass here. I think he's going to qualify. I think he's going to qualify. I don't know what's going on. The results will be official in a second. Once we transition from this screen to the next screen, we will get the official results. But I just don't know who's qualified. This is ace. We've still got one more race to go, so don't go anywhere. Get yourself some drinks, guys, because we have got another race to go. But wow, what a way to kick things off in race number 1. So again, we're just waiting for this screen to transition to the next phase, and then we can get the official results in. But what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. And well, while we just wait for the points to be added in, what was your favourite moment, guys? What a race. This is just the semi-finals. We're not even in the finals yet. So again, once this 60-second penalty's been added, the 5-second penalty to Gergo and Cormac, we are good to go. Madness. Absolute madness. Am I going to have a voice left ready for tomorrow? I don't know. Let's give Boothby some camera time here again. What a driver it is from him. I think we'll see a little bit more of him on camera tomorrow again. Obviously, finishing in the top 3, it's very difficult to get any camera time because it's the top 12 that go through. We want to be looking at the bubble. But yeah, great performance from George. And again, just seems to be getting faster and faster and faster every single week. So right at the top end, the upper echelons. That's true, Sundance. That is very true, mate. So it looks like we're just waiting for the classification here of Demori's finishing time, and then we can get the official results for you all. So I think we're just waiting for Codaman. Yeah, we're just waiting for Codaman. Yeah, he's finished now, so I don't know what we're waiting for here. Santos, there we go, there we go. Where does he go? Where does he finish? Demori, P16. Cormac's in. Cormac's qualified in. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And well, we're about to get the official results here. We are about to get the official results. Well, there you go. How exciting was that? How exciting was that, ladies and gentle cars? Whew. That had everything. I didn't expect it to be that exciting. I really am throwing that out there. But that was absolutely sensational. So again, we're just waiting for the official points to come in, and then we will indeed have the results for you. And you will know who, pending any investigations, we do have live stewarding today, but in the eventuality that we did indeed miss something, won't be the official results. It more than likely will be, but it won't be 100%. So we just want to make sure that we do indeed have the correct results indeed before we go into session number 2. But wow, incredible stuff. Make sure that you stick around there, guys. We've got one more race for you to go. We've got semi-final number 2 for you just coming up. And then we are indeed golden. But let's check out then semi-final number 2. So who is in lobby number 2? So we just had lobby number 1. Here's lobby number 2 then. So Mike Noble, Daniel Pecci, Matteo De Gabriele, Chris Warner, Patrick Gekis, John Papale, Joe McCauley, Carl Swain. We've got then Christopher Kessler, Mattis Kupf, Christoph Machkowski, Massimiliano Meni. We've got Augustin Long, Giorgio Simonini, who was unbelievably quick in the quarters, by the way. A new name to me. Nicholas Martin, Tinko van der Velde, Alvaro Diaz, Dom Healy, Mattia Brugnara, Michael Tauscher, Chris McDade, Steph Volkarts. We have then indeed got Samuel Ratz and Justus Karalavicius. So this is a very stacked lobby indeed, as you would expect here at this stage of proceedings. As you can see there, we are all ready to rock and roll in terms of the next session. You can see the cars out on track, but now we can officially give you the results of lobby number 1. So semi-final number 1, the results are as follows then. So George Boothby, we have then got Andre Franca, Valentin Barriere, David Schmitz, Jarko Torvanen, Alessio Cattaneo, Killian Ryan Meenan, Pedro Santos, Gergo Panka, Nico Ull, Charlie Crosland, and Cormac Ryan Meenan will be your 12 drivers coming through towards tomorrow's final. So that is your 12 drivers, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading into the next race. But well, meanwhile, let's go and check out the EX3415R from Mobiuz. If I was a monitor, that is what I would be. I would be the EX3415R because I'm sexy and curvaceous. What a beautiful bit of a kit there. Anyway, welcome back to the Mobiuz Challenger Cup season number 4. We've done semi-final number 1. My name is Luke Crane, aka Actual Vision. And if you guys want to win yourself a monitor, all you got to do is type in Mobiuz in the chat. Type it in the chat. Get involved with it. So just type it in the word Mobiuz. You need to be following Mobiuz Gaming EU on Twitter, Actual Vision on Twitter as well. That's me. And you need to be following me on Twitch as well. That will be given away over the course of the next couple of days, so either today or tomorrow. But you need to make sure you're in the stream as well. So once you type Mobiuz, your entry will indeed be counted. It'll be a raffle done either today or tomorrow. You could probably guess it's tomorrow. Okay? I'm not going to lie to you all. It is tomorrow. But yeah, so make sure that you are in the stream tomorrow. If you're not in the stream tomorrow, unfortunately, we will do a redraw. It's very much as simple as that. So type Mobiuz in the chat. Right, we're on to the next race, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for semi-final number 2. And well, let's just check out the competition structure one final time. Just very quickly, we had 4 quarterfinals earlier on. 12 drivers from each went through to the semi-finals. We've done semi-final number 1, which was just full of absolute action left, right, and centre. I'm sure semi-final 2 will be exactly the same. Top 12 from each make it to tomorrow's final, and they will join these 5 drivers. So we will have 29 drivers on the grid tomorrow. We have got Jesus Cecilia, Martin Stefanko, Brandon Abraham, Elvin Smith, and Yaroslav Honzik as your pro drivers. So 29 drivers will take to the grid tomorrow for 2 hours of Kyle Army. What can they win? Well, they can win themselves a set of triples. 3 times EX3415R. The monitor you just saw in the video, they get a set of triples. Unbelievable stuff. Plus some hoodies, masks, and caps. Funnily enough, though, Mobiuz haven't offered me a hoodie, a mask, or cap. Maybe it takes too much fabric for me to wear one. Whatever. It is what it is. I know you're watching. I want it all. Second place, then, it is 1 times EX3415R monitor with some hoodies, masks, and cap. Third place will be a 1 times EX351R monitor. It's a monitor that I use, plus a mask and a cap. And, well, it is now time for the Mobiuz Challenger Cup semi-final number 2. So let's go and check out, then, what that would mean for lobby number 2. So there we go. So we've got Mike Noble in this, Daniel Pecci, Matteo De Gabriele, Chris Warner, Patrick Gekis, Jean Papale, Joe McCauley, Carol Swain, Christopher Kessler, Matis Kupf, Christoph Machkowski, Massimiliano Merni. We've got Augustin Long, Giorgio Simonini. We've got Nicholas Martin, Tinko van der Velde, Alvaro Diaz, Dom Healy, Matteo Brugnara, Michael Tauscher, Chris McDade, Steph Volkarts, Samuel Ratz, Justus Karolovicius. What's better than looking at orange and purple? And what's better than looking at the monitors? Well, it is Race View. There we go. We're out on circuit here then, ladies and gentle cars. And, well, we're about to see some incredible action happening ahead here. How are we all doing in the chat, though, guys? You all good? Hopefully you're all well. So the cars are out on circuit here. 9 minutes of qualification and a 45-minute timed race. Thank you, Kuba. I try. But yeah, the first times then will be coming in here. And as you can see, we've got an Audi, some Lamborghinis, Audi, Porsche, Audi, Lamborghini, Honda, Ferrari, McLaren, Porsche, Bentley, Lexus, Bentley, Porsche, lots of different cars. Although there are, on screen right now, 3 Audis. But yeah, it looks like a nice split field once again. Let's get the livery slides on, shall we? We're in semi-final number 2. So you can pick your favourite car, your favourite driver, your favourite nationality. How are we all doing in the chat then, guys? Get yourselves involved. Get yourselves involved in the chat. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. Hopefully you've all had a little bit of fun. Ultimately, that is what it is all about. It is all about having a little bit of fun. Mike Williams is going pretty. Yeah, so they've they bought the Wreckfest DLC to this game a while back on Suzuka, and yeah, he loves going into the walls. He absolutely loves it. You're going to join an event soon, are you, Slayer? Nice. How you doing, Bandit? Who's here then? While we're waiting for them to do their first lap, get yourselves involved in the chat then. Let's see who's here. Let me know where you're watching from around the world. Melisandre, welcome. Where are you all watching from around the world? We got Napa, California. Oslo, nice. It's Norway, right? Sunny Sussex, nice. You can't say Sussex without saying sus. Watching from Antwerp, Belgium. England, excited. In the pub. What do you mean in the pub? You haven't opened up the actual one, have we? No, no one's in there. They're not open now, are they? Are they open now? Say what? I didn't know that. I had no idea that was the case. So the first times we're about to come across the line, a 59.0 fastest lap of the day, ladies and gentlemen. And that is from Simonini. With a 59.043. That is an unbelievable time. Mike Noble then 1/10 of a second off the pace in second. Tinko van der Velde is in third. Samuel Ratsten is in fourth. Williams, you didn't have to spell out my joke, did you? Down the road from you. All right, Graham. It's a bit too kinky for my liking. Langenlois? Lewis? Or, I don't know how I would say that in Austria. Langenlois. Is that right? Kent, nice. Northamptonshire, nice. Oh, your Garden Shed pub. Night Bandit, you just never cease to amaze me. Staines massive. Heat of +4 in Finland. Jesus Christ. Well, that was fun last night, Culinary. It was really fun. Yeah, I got it right, Monkey. You got it wrong. You should change the way you pronounce that word. You're wrong. Simonini is P1 with Mike Noble in P2. Tinko van der Velde is in P3. Good to see Tinko back. Excuse me. Joe McCauley, though, just puts it up into top 3 there as well. So now we've got Samuel Ratz in P5, who didn't look overly great in the qualifying race. The quarterfinals, we know how fast Samuel Ratz is. And he picked the Lambo, which is pretty good at Donny. But yeah, he just didn't really look comfortable at all. This track will be a lot better for him, and indeed tomorrow. So the Lambos will be pretty good tomorrow. So will the Porsche. To be fair, the Audi's really good at Kyalami, but Kyalami is a really, really good BOP circuit, in my opinion. Anyway, so we're looking forward to it. To be fair, I am a wine drinker, Matoja, but I feel like I may have drunk too much wine to be able to spell things or say things at this point. You know, what can I say? You may live there, but you need to really figure out whether you are saying it right or actually I am. So, waiting for a who? Who are we waiting for? De Gabriele. So we've got some De Gabriele. Il Costa. It's from Italia. Good stuff. Gabriele up into P19 with the lap time there. Krzysztof Maczkowski in the Porker. Oh, who's in number 57? Ahoo. So good to see there's a few people here supporting their favourite drivers. It's just so big, Sundance Monkey, isn't it? Like, it's just not... It's quick, but it's just not that easy to control because it's just so big. Sorry. Mike Noble comes back out then as Michael Tauscher. Mitchy Tauscher moves up into P2 here. So Simonini is only 100th of a second. Well, he's not anymore because he's now into second because Joe McCauley, who has been very much getting faster and faster and faster throughout the last couple of months. Well, he's put up a pole here, and that is the fastest time so far today in the first 58 as well. That is an incredible time from Joe. Good stuff. Fair play to him. So, yeah, there we go then. The first 58 of the day. Mattia Brugnara really surprised me, did Brugnara, in the qualifying phase. Qualified top 4 in his quarterfinal. He was in lobby 4, which I would, to be fair, would say was the weakest out of all of them, considering the names that I would know. But, yeah, P4 for him. Did pretty well. But that is a line. That's all we can say about that. McDade then, P7 in my favourite livery of the day. He's going to stick with P7. He's done. He's off the track here. But look how cool that is. Joey Links, welcome. Why have you said evening? Evening all with a kappa face. Like, do you not mean it? Do you not mean it? Oh, that is just. I just don't know what to say about you children these days. Joe McCauley is the one to beat then. Simonini the Pinini is P2. He's still out on a lap here. He's about 10th off, but he's going pretty quickly. So he'll want pole, that's for sure. Good evening all, I'm joking. BenQ Wholesaler. You see Mike? There you go. Mike was the winner of the triples last time. And he also won the World Cup that BenQ sponsored, if you remember, Stephen. So now his nickname in the community is the BenQ Wholesaler, because his house is basically like a wholesaler. It's got like every monitor possible, because he just keeps winning. There's a meme posted about him as well earlier with like about 4 million screens. But he must love the monitors because he keeps coming back. What can we say? What can we say? And he's so good at Kailami as well, so I'm expecting him to do well again. But yeah, nice to see people in the community having a bit of fun with it all. Nice to see him having a bit of fun, eh? Yeah. He's just going around telling all of his mates he's sponsored by Mobiuz and BenQ. So yeah, I'm sponsored driver, guys. Although his gold MG, the last time, so Noble didn't win last time, but he actually is really good friends with the winner, Andre Franca. And Franca's already got triples as well, like from BenQ. So they swap prizes. So Noble got triples and Franca got the 1 monitor. And he went to pick them up. And he went to pick them up in his MG, little MG convertible, and he didn't have enough room in the car. What can I say? What can I say? Oh, it's funny. The stories we get. Right. Less of the rubbish then. It's now time for our second race. Joe McCauley is your pole sitter. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check out our grid here. Brought to you by the EX3415R new monitor from Mobiuz by BenQ. And if you want to win one of those, you need to be following me on Twitch. You need to also be following me on Twitter at ActrolVision. You need to be following Mobiuz Gaming EU on Twitter as well. So there you go. Type it in the chat right now. And now let's bring you your grid. Brought to you by the EX3415R. On pole, then, it is Joe McCauley. In behind him, then, it is Giorgio Simonini. Michael Tauscher, then, is in P3. Mike Noble is in P4. Tinker van der Velde is in P5. We've then got Christoph Machkowski in P6. Hold on, what's Noble driving, shall I say? He's in the Audi. He's gone for a meta car. Unbelievable. Christoph Machkowski then is in P6. Chris McDade in P7 in the best looking car of the day for sure. Samuel Ratz then is in the Lamborghini in P8. Mathis Kupf then is in P9 with the Porsche. Lamborghini all black then for Mattia Brugnara. Massimiliano Meni is in the Aston Martin. That's a beautiful looking car actually. Chris Warner then is in P12. John Papale is in P13. He's the one outside of the top 12 as it stands. Dom Healy then of course is in the yellow car. Why would he not be? Loves a fake taxi, does that guy. Patrick Skekis then is in P15 with Christoph Kessler in 16th. We've then got Daniel Pecci in 17th. Steph Volkarts then is in 18th. Augustin Long with Alvaro Diaz in P19 and P20. That is a lovely livery there by Diaz as well. Matteo De Gabriele is in P21. We've then got Justas Karalavicius in P22. Nicholas Marin in P23. And Carl Swain is in P24. Let's go on board then with Joe McCauley as they will indeed embark upon a full formation lap around Suzuka here before we head into our 45-minute timed race. Let's get some livery slides up on screen so you can pick your favourite driver. Who are we supporting then, guys? Who are we supporting? Bandit supporting me. You love to see it. Sexy man. Roll! So who are we supporting here? We've got a Karalavicius fan. Litzan has left his caps lock on again. Got a Greco fan. Nade, the sexy love monkey. Yeah, there he is. Chris Warner with Elmo. Oh, that's too good. Too good. Too good. Yeah, Litzan, if you could turn that off, that'd be great. Chris and Dom all the way. There you go, guys. Click the link. Get all the information you like about Mobiuz. Nice. Got Nade. Come on, who are you supporting, ladies and gentlemen? Even if it's a country. Maybe it's even just a country. Remember, we do have live stewarding during this race. We have live stewarding during this race. Again, the results at the end of this race will be maybe 99% final, but ultimately we may have missed something in the stewarding during the race, so we do give the drivers the opportunity to indeed report any incidents or indeed appeal any decisions that was made during the race. They have indeed 30 minutes after their race is finished to send that information in. So yes, the results are pretty much final, but ultimately people may appeal any decisions. Right, 45 minutes of racing here then, ladies and gentle cars. 45 minutes racing. They got one mandatory pit stop to indeed get rid of. They have to fuel the car 1 litre in the pits. We've seen a couple of incidents into the pits today. We've seen people getting penalties for speeding. We've seen people getting penalties for rear-ending. We've also seen drivers come in on lap 1. We've seen drivers come in on lap 21. Anything is absolutely possible today. Should be good. Should be really, really good. So through the Degners they come. Through Kobayashi, up towards them, spoon curve, then it'll be 130R, and as you can see, look, the Audis are very strong around this circuit. You've got Tauscher though in that Ferrari, and this is perfect for Tauscher. 45-minute races is kind of his maximum at the moment. His consistency isn't quite there for any longer, so this could be where you see Tauscher really, really come alive. just got to try and stick with the Audis. That's the only thing he's got to do. Here we go then. It's race time. 45 minutes of racing here for our second semi-final. We will find all of our finalists then for tomorrow that will be joining our pro drivers. Martin Stefanko, Jesus Cecilia, Jaroslav Honzik, Brandon Abraham and Elvin Smith. So there'll be 29 drivers then in a 2-hour race at Kyalami. That's when we're going to be turning on the random weather as well. Tomorrow night is going to be absolutely incredible. Cannot wait. Super excited for it. But we've got to find our second set of 12 drivers. And this is a whole different dynamic, remember. It is the top 12 that qualify. It's not all about just winning. And a lot of these drivers don't understand that concept. We've seen some very aggressive driving from people in the top 6 in the quarterfinals. In semi-final 1, seems like they were kind of really in tune with it. And they were all being a little bit more respectful. But what is it going to be like in semi-final number 2? The last thing you want to do is take yourself out of a position. You don't really need to attack if you're in the top 6. But you can never turn the racing driver off in these racing drivers. So Joe McCauley takes them away here in that number 118 Audi. Simonini on the left-hand side of your screen then in an Audi as well. And behind him then is that Ferrari of Tausch on the right-hand side. And then we've got Noble in P4. It's semi-final 2 of the Mobiuz Challenger Cup Season 4. Trying to find our final 12 for tomorrow's final. We're here at Suzuka, and we are green light racing, baby. Green light. There we go. And I tell you what, it's a very good start by Simonini. He has got ahead of here already Joe McCauley. Joe McCauley is going to have to either go late on the brakes here or filter in behind. When he's gone late on the brakes and nearly causes a little bit of a collision there. But Simonini has got an absolute wonderful start here then at the start of semi-final number 2. The Ferrari then and Mike Noble. Yeah, so there we go. You can see there that Michi Tauscher just lets Mike Noble go through. Doesn't want to get too aggressive. We go a little bit further down the pack here. Daniel Pecci's in that big boy Bentley, so you can see there. In behind him then is Steph Volkarts in his, of course, yellow and red car. Always yellow and red for Volkarts. Augustin Long then is in that big boy Bentley as well. No, he's on the Ferrari. Should I apologise there? Yes, absolutely. Alvaro Diaz has moved up a position here already then in that Bentley. We have then got Alvaro Diaz. Matteo De Gabriele, so once the timing indeed sorts itself out here, finds himself, very nice colours by the way, very Spanish colours. Matteo is he Spanish? I think he's Italian, right? So I don't know why he's gone for the red and yellow. Oh, he's in a Lexus, that's why. So he's gone for the Lexus, and there's no livery change with the Lexus. Just as Carol Avicius then, who's actually gone for a different colour livery. Oh, there's contact here. So there's a Ferrari, there's a Lamborghini, the all-black Lamborghini there, of I believe will be Brugnara. So Brugnara here is now letting cars through. He's off the circuit, and well, it's going from bad to worse for him. So he's trying to let cars come through, but he's doing this dangerously. He needs to wait for a bigger straight for sure. And I think he may have caused contact with someone he's just waiting for to come back through. Just as Carol Avicius then is going to come all the way around the outside. This is going to be investigated for sure. Brugnara then, well, I don't know what's happened to Brugnara. He was P10. He's now going to end up down in P20. So P20, a couple of cars have been involved in that. Simonini has not been able to get away. Carol Avicius then is indeed going to, yeah, he is going to get that position. And where does Brugnara end up here? 21. So he's down into P21 here after starting in the top 10. Big mistake then up ahead here. I think that was Dom Healy. Although Dom Healy's in the bright yellow. So it wasn't Dom Healy at all. It would have been Patrick Gekis. So Gekis then has made the mistake here. And he's now down into P14. Lots of cars coming in early then. McDade being the first of those cars. So McDade's looking for some clear air here. He's come in first. He's got in behind him. Kupf, Mattis Kupf then will be into the pits as well. And you see that the Porsche is trying to absolutely maximize everything here and almost putting sufficient pressure on here on McDade and might jump him. McDade's got to be absolutely on his game here. Healy then comes in a little bit later. Brugnara is in as well. McDade's starting to move. No, he's going to be okay. Looks like Kupf is going to potentially lose out, in all fairness. He has lost a little bit of time. We see Pecci's come in as well. So we've got Healy, McDade, Brugnara, Kupf, and Pecci. They are the group of 5 that's come in. It's pretty similar to the semi-final number 1, where 5 drivers came in. What's not similar is that Simonini is driving away from the pack behind. We didn't have this in race number 1. we had Boothby and Franca pretty much bumper to bumper the entire race and almost working together, to be honest. They were very clever in their approach to the race. Joe McCauley and Mike Noble then in very close proximity, and Tauscher just sticking in behind. Well, no, it's just clever, Jafuli. We saw this in race number 1, where if you pit really, really early, no one's really going to change tyres in this race. So ultimately, everybody's on the same strategy in terms of tyres, but get yourself out of the pack. Just go out there, do qualifying laps, and hope that the drivers in front of you all start slowing each other down by potentially making overtakes. So he's been clever here. And the fact that he's the lead driver of the pitted drivers, and he's actually nowhere near anyone, like he's 23 seconds behind the nearest driver. He's got clear air now for, you know, the next 10 laps at the very least. So he's golden. He's going to be happy here. At the end of lap number 2, Simonini is the one that's really happy. He doesn't need to be worried about, he's kind of got the opposite of what McDade's got in terms of, it's the same, but he's at the front of the whole pack. So he's just good. He's got clear air. He's off into the distance. He's not going to be too worried here. Chris Warner from 9th position is into the pits as well. He's also got a 5-second penalty to serve here in the pits. So what was that for? Lap 1 incident between car 11, which is Chris Warner, and number 70, which is John Papale. Warner has got a 5-second penalty for causing a collision by suddenly changing direction. So it looks like he may have indeed, in a braking zone, changed direction, but he's got a 5-second penalty. He will serve this now, so he's going to lose a lot of positions here due to just serving it now. So again, great work by the stewards here. Let's go up to the leaders. Mike Noble in well, he's actually not as close to Joe McCauley as he'd like to be. He's got Tauscher right up his chuff pipe here himself. So yeah, he's got Mike Tauscher and indeed Mike Noble battling for position here. These three all going to hold each other up sufficiently enough for Simonini, who goes in tomorrow, for me, as the favourite. New name for me, Simonini. Never come across him before, but he is pace. Showed it in the quarterfinals, although he nearly didn't make it. So he qualified pole by quicker than anybody all day at Donington, and he spun in the chicane all on his own at Donington. So he has got a mistake in him, that's for sure. The Ferrari here should get better and better as this race goes on. The Audis will just want to try and get as far ahead as possible. You can see just in behind, Tinker van der Velde, Christoph Machkowski. They're all in pretty good shape right now. And as you can see, from the lead pack who came into the pits, the only one that is lost out here is Brugnara. So Brugnara came in really early with McDade, with Healy, with Pecci and Kopf. And the only driver to split that 5 is Matteo de Gabriele. So, yeah, Matteo is in a pretty good position here as well. He's up with the lead pack. He's a little bit further back behind. He's in behind Pecci here, but he's not a million miles away. That's the main thing here. McDade, well, he is in a different planet right now in terms of pace. He is very much the quickest man on circuit, apart from maybe Simonini, who has just done a 2 minutes, 0.2. His best lap of this race, though, is a 1:59.8. No one else has done a 59 in this race. He is the only driver. That is absolutely sensational pace from the Italian. Back on board then with Mike Noble. There's a little bit of action in the background here, actually. I think that's Christoph Kessler. Yes. Or is it Gekis? No, it's Gekis. So Gekis then with Alvaro Diaz. Yeah, look at this then. Alvaro Diaz then trying to come through here on the Lamborghini. And then in behind them, they've got... Yeah, sorry, Diaz is in the Bentley in behind. Yeah, of course. What am I talking about? It's then Augustin Long. So Augustin Long is the one who's gone for the red and yellow Ferrari. So they come out the S's here, and look at the Bentley. The Bentley is all over the back of that Lamborghini, up towards the Degners. They've got a Porsche in front of them, and that is Kessler. So Kessler's in a pretty good position, especially if these two slow each other down. Oh, it's a big off, and that should be the Bentley given a freebie here, surely. No, he's not close enough. So he made a mistake on the entry of the Degners, and then on the exit there was a mistake there by Gekis, and ultimately, oh, there's I don't know, is there contact there between the two? Gekis gets in behind. Maybe he's just, I think he's just run out of room in the braking there. Let's go back 10 seconds and check it out from chase cam. Yeah, he just run wide. Yep, no contact with the back. No scrapes, I don't think, on the back. Not from what I saw. Maybe the stewards will see something different there. Because obviously we didn't quite see his far enough back, but yeah, no flash of the lights, which is what you normally expect. Oh, we've got a 15-second penalty for many. A lap 1 incident in turn 11 for car 28. 15-second time penalty for rear-ending in the brake zone, failing to return positions to multiple drivers. So Many is now on a 15-second penalty for rear-ending in a braking zone. Wow, okay. So a lot of cars have lost a lot of time here due to one driver. Good to see it's not going unpunished, though. That's the main thing. The final's going to be amazing, Jafuli. This is going to be so good. Tomorrow night it's going to be amazing, honestly. Cannot wait for it. If you've got nothing planned tomorrow night, you've got to make sure you're here. Oh, what happened there? Tauscher just had a little bit of a moment in the background. He's okay. He's settled himself down nicely. Maczkowski then battling with Tinko van der Velde. Would have heard this a couple of seasons ago in the ACR Pro Division. And Tinko's done the time trials for the Season 8. So whether we see Tinko back again or not remains to be seen. Looks like his schoolwork, he's a very young man. Looks like his schoolwork's calmed down. It'd be great to see Tinko back, wouldn't it? Oh, Jafuli, it's going to be good old times tomorrow for sure. It's going to be good old times. And one of you gets a chance to win a Mobiuz monitor, an EX341R. Put it on screen for you right now. Just type Mobiuz, guys. Make sure you're following Mobiuz Gaming EU on Twitter and Actrovision on Twitter. And you're also following me on Twitch. Follow me right now on Twitch. You're good. Type Mobiuz. Lovely old job. Get yourself a cheeky little monitor. And I'll tell you what, they are not cheap at all over. They are the top quality, top run-of-the-mill monitors you can get on the market. It's an incredible prize to just be given away. Melisandre, don't be counting all your chickens before they hatch. If you're a motorsports fan, you'll know that anything can happen in motorsports. And the big leveler for the Audis is moisture. Tomorrow night, there's a chance of rain at Kyalami. It is an ACR-produced event, so there is a chance of rain. So the big leveler will be the potential of the rain. I think I'm going to sell my wife for one if I don't win. You hold your wife in very high esteem, Jafuli. You're all selling your wives for the monitors. I think they like the monitors, Stephen. I think they like the monitors. Maczkowski then, let's just check him out for a little bit in his cut cam. And let's turn this engine volume up. What a save. That could have been a race ender. Wow. That could have been a race ender there. Great stuff there by Maczkowski to save that. But he is going to have a big brown stain on his seat for sure. He is for sure going to have a big brown stain there. That is a brown trouser moment if ever I've seen one. Jesus Louises. That was very interesting to say the least. Daniel Pecci, who pit early, is piling on the pressure here to Tom Healy. This could be a nice little battle between these two. So will Pecci be able to close up here? I think he is. Let's go by lap times here. Yeah, he was only a 1/10 of a second quicker on the previous lap, but again, this Bentley gets to the final, guys. It's going to be strong tomorrow. We go a bit further behind. Gabriele and Brugnara having a hellacious little battle here. The Lexus then versus the black Lamborghini. And will Gabriele be able to hold on to this position? A bit of curb there by Brugnara. And there we go. Gets across and defends that really well there by Gabriele. Good stuff. Opens up then. Spoon curve as best he possibly can. Try and get on the power early here. But look at the Lambo. Lambo is very, very close indeed. Down the old start-finish straight. And it's all about how well you take 130 hour. Of course, the Lexus has no worries here. The downforce is not going to be affected by any car in front. But, oh, I'll tell you what, had a big moment there. The Lamborghini would have been affected. And he goes on the brakes early there. I think the Lexus is going to run a little bit wide. No, he doesn't. Hits the apex nicely. So as they come through here, they both pit, so they can't have the strategy call here where they go, right, we're going to come in, try and get into some clean air. that option has been taken away now because they've done it earlier on in this race. Just to let you know, Many, who's got that 15-second penalty, that will be served when he pits. So he will have 15 seconds. He'll be held for 15 seconds. Bit of a mistake there by the Lexus, and this is a fascinating battle. And as they come up towards the S's, if you're going to make a mistake, you make a mistake through turn 1. It's very easy to position your car through the S's here and not lose a position. Because if you take the wrong line through here, you lose so much time. We're seeing that from Brugnara, though. Look how committed he is. Gabriele has to leave the room open on the inside, and Brugnara, well, he says, thank you very much. He says whatever the commentator is saying is absolute rubbish. And he makes the move. Fair play. And Gabriele, you got to say, fair play to Gabriele. He could have really defended that hard there, but he didn't. And he was very, very kind to Brugnara. Carolavicius all of a sudden is now closing up to the back of these. Brugnara runs wide. Don't want to be doing that too often. You will indeed get a stop-go penalty, or a drive-through penalty, should I say. Tinko van der Velde, is he now starting to catch up here? No, he does not. The leaders, again, not really doing anything too crazy right now. Gekis, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That isn't good. We'll watch this then in its entirety. So he is in behind Alvaro Diaz. Alvaro Diaz has a little moment here. And did we see Alvaro Diaz come through the camera before the Lambo? I'm not too sure if we actually did. So we come through here. Oh, yeah. Too much curb. Unsettles the car. How hard does he hit the barrier? Oh, it's bad. Yeah. Lamborghini's engine's at the back. That's why it's bad. Yeah, that is not ideal. Feels like the BMW is good. He's not. That isn't good. So, yeah, that is race ender, really, for Gekis. He's in the pits. Let's see how long he stays in here for. We'll see how much damage he's got. Normally it takes, what, 8 seconds? And he should be let go. But I think this is maybe going to be race ending, unfortunately. Like, in terms of his top 12. Yeah, he's already had to recover from the spin. He's been held for a long time here. And unfortunately then for Gekis, for the Latvian, although he is coming out. Fair enough, okay. Maybe if he has an outstanding race then for the entirety of this, he might be okay, but he's lost a good 15 seconds. And who's he coming out ahead of then? He's coming out of John Papale. So Papale was involved in the incident earlier in this race where Many was given the penalty from, the 15-second penalty. So, yeah, I think that might be race over, unfortunately, for Patrick Gekis. Very unfortunate for him. Samuel Ratsden, right up the chuff pipe here of Machkowski. Machkowski, with that Porsche, able to use the curb on the exit of 130R pretty well. Down towards that final chicane. And all of a sudden, they got that Aston Martin of Many, but they don't have to be worried about Many. Many is going to lose 15 seconds, so they're all good. Machkowski's like, yep, nah, I'm all good. I'm coming in. You guys crack on. You have indeed, Jafuli. You have got to be in it to win it. Absolutely. So we've got 28 minutes left of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Where are you all watching from? Where are you all watching from around the world? Get yourselves involved in the chat, eh? Let's see where you're all watching from around the world. Always good to see if there's new people around. And if you are new to the channel, let me know. Why not? If you don't know what this is, ladies and gentlemen, cars, this is the Mobiuz Challenger Cup. This is Season 4. The drivers can win some exceptional prizes, including a set of triple monitors from Mobiuz by BenQ. Hungarian. The Great Canino. You're new. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Philadelphia. Nice. I'm new. You're old, Bandit. Let's not get that twisted. Let's not get that twisted. You old. You like me. We're old people. Mitchie Tauscher then is now in P4. Actually, he's always been in P4. It's Tinko van der Velde in 5th. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you type the word Mobiuz, because not only could you win a monitor, as Skinny has just pointed out, you do win a weekend away with me. Yes. With not single bed, a double bed. Sao Paulo in Brazil, welcome. Italy, nice. Yes, EU only, DRT. Tauscher comes in now, surely. No. Okay. Well, I guess he's just happy to be dragged along by Noble. Cork, Ireland. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, welcome to the stream, guys. I don't think Many's going to be able to do it, to be honest. He's going to lose 15 seconds. Good work, Bandit. As long as you're enjoying yourself, that is all that matters, really. So as it stands then, the top 12, McDade is in the top 12, and he's a pit stop ahead of everybody. He's lapping in the 2:01.5s. He's about a second a lap slower than Joe McCauley and Simonini. And actually, he has managed to jump here Machkowski, so I reckon he's around about P6. I think he's about P6 in this race. Marin now becomes the last driver of the not pitted as of yet drivers. Is Volkarts out the race now? No, he's still in. Oh, he just didn't have a time next to his name. I guess he's quite far off the pack. Carl Swain is no longer in the race. Carl Swain's the one who's not in the race anymore. So I wonder what had happened to him. So Many again, 1 second behind, again with that 15-second penalty. So a 15-second penalty here due to some shenanigans on lap number 1. Let's go on board with Mitchy Tauscher then again, just chilling behind at this point. They know the bigger picture here. 24 minutes to go. Stick around in this kind of spot, and then you're in the final tomorrow. Tomorrow is where it all. This is where it'd be crazy tomorrow. Remember, the top 3 will score the prizes. So we'll see. We'll see how exciting that will be. But they certainly will not be racing a procession like this. They will be giving it absolutely everything tomorrow. It's a 2-hour race tomorrow, 1 mandatory stop. Yeah, it'll be a good one. Random weather, all of the bells and whistles. It's going to be exciting. Really, really cannot wait for it. And the top 12 from this race will advance to that stage of the championship. But we'll also add 5 pro drivers. Jaroslav Honzik will be one of those drivers. Elvin Smith will be another. Brandon Abraham is another. Martin Stefanko is another driver. And Jesus Cecilia is the final driver. Machkowski starting to close in on McDade. So McDade just keeping him at arm's length here, really. Nothing to really worry about. Again, I'm really surprised that Tauscher hasn't decided to come in. So I guess unless he's really calm about Noble staying in front of him, that's the only way he stays in this position. He's just like, do you know what? I'm going to just stay behind Noble. I don't need to worry about anything else. I'm just going to stay behind him. I've got no intention of making an overtake unless he really bins it somewhere. And that kind of makes sense. Simonini, by the way, 3 seconds advantage now for him. So he's managed to gain, like, on average, 3/10 a lap. That is massive. But again, he's decided not to come into the pits. Many, right now, just needs to try and get a 15-second advantage over the person in 13th position. Certainly has the pace. Certainly has the pace. But he also does have to serve that drive, the pit stop and the penalty. So it'll be interesting to see whereabouts he finishes up here. Joe McCauley now another 3/10 back, another lap into the race. As it stands then, Simonini is winning this race. Joe McCauley is second, Mike Noble is in third, then fourth for Mitchy Tauscher, the first car that's not an Audi. Audi's been a very strong choice for sure for this Challenger Cup. Tinker van der Velde is in fifth position, and Samuel Ratz then down in sixth spot. Again, didn't look overly comfortable at Donington earlier in the qualifying phase, but it's really, really stepped out here today. Be interesting to see. It looks like he's going to comfortably qualify for tomorrow. We've got Massimiliano Meni. He's got a 15-second penalty to serve in the pit stop due to an incident earlier. Yeah, due to an incident on lap number 1. Christopher Kessler then is in P2. Alvaro Diaz now, P2, P8. Alvaro Diaz then P9. Again, all of these drivers are yet to pit now. They're a little bit off the pace as well. We've then got Augustin Long in P10. Watch out for this driver. This driver's been getting faster and faster and faster over the last few months. Been watching his progress, yeah, very keenly. Looking forward to seeing what he can achieve moving forward. Then we've got Nicholas Marin, who's currently in P11. He's, again, the last of the not pitted drivers. But really, the battle is Massimiliano Meni versus Samuel Ratz. Go chase cam. And he's in. So this is now going to be the telltale sign as to where he will be in and amongst it. Is he going to be able to fight for a top 12 position after a 15-second penalty? He'll be a hell of a driver if he is, but I've got a funny suspicion that he won't be. McDade, he's in P12 right now. He is the lead driver of people who've pit, but he's about a second a lap slower than the drivers out in the lead. I say a second, it's a little bit more than that now because Simonini's pace is ridiculous. He's doing 2-minute 3s at this stage of the race. So again, he's got to serve his 15-second penalty here. He's going to be held. McDade, there we go. So there's McDade, he's coming through now. Do you know what? I think Meni might be right, you know. I don't think Meni's going to lose. I think he might be. Yeah, there we go. So he's taking a 15-second penalty as well. I don't think it's crazy here that he might be able to snatch that top 12. So he comes out behind Dom Healy. Oh, no. Brugnara, yeah, Brugnara had damage, hasn't he? So, well, maybe. Meni has to make an overtake on Brugnara, basically. Let's keep an eye on Meni for a little bit. Let's watch his outlap here. Pecci's in the pits. Pecci's done. Volkart's done. Gummas, how you doing, bud? So yeah, Meni's the one to watch out for here. Let's go chase cam and just watch his lines. So we know he's lapping really quickly. Definitely quicker than the car in front. Yeah, so he's in P16. He will be ahead of Marin. He will be ahead of Long. He will be ahead of Diaz, I would say. Oh, but you know what? He might be in the top 12 still. Even with that penalty, he might be top 12. Be ahead of an Accolade. Yeah, just letting you listen to his inputs there. Clearly fast. Clearly very fast is this driver. It's just all about weather. He's got the composure here. He just needs to just not take any chances, basically. I think he might be okay. I think he might be okay. We'll see. But yeah, Meni has had a 15-second time penalty he had to take in the pits due to an incident on lap number 1. 17 minutes to go, 20 seconds on the clock before we will indeed find out our final 12 drivers. Remember, the top 12 from this session will join the 12 already qualified for our final, and they will all join the 5 pro drivers. So these are the champions we've had previously. Our pro driver for Season 1 was Giorgio Mangano from Williams Esports. He won on GT Sport. Kenny Hansen, the Dane, was our winner from the challenges, so he won all the prizes. In Season 2, it was Moritz Lerner, one of the very best in the world right now on multiple different games. He was our pro champion. And in the challenges, it was Bent Banky. In Season number 3, Yaroslav Honzik was our pro champion. And again, the pros are exhibition drivers, so they have been invited in as to exhibition their skills, basically, and not to exhibition themselves. That's a whole different exhibition. And the challenger winner was Andre Franca. So who's going to add themselves to that list? We will find out tomorrow. Tomorrow evening is the final, 7 p.m. BST, same time as we are streaming right now. And also, there's a chance for you to win yourself a monitor. So type the word Mobius in the chat. You have to be following Mobius Gaming EU on Twitter. You need to be following at ActrolVision on Twitter, and you need to be following me on Twitch. So if you're not doing all three of those, unfortunately, you will not be able to win. So then make sure you type Mobius in the chat if you are indeed following on all of those platforms. Around the final corner again, and you can see that he's just slowly winding Brugnara in. Marin is now coming out the pit, so they're going to both jump a position here. So that's P15 now for these drivers. So, well, for Many. I think Many is going to be in... I think Many is going to be in P... Oh, I don't know. I think he's comfortably going to... He's going to be P11. I'm trying to figure it out. I reckon it's going to be P11. I don't know. It's interesting to say the very least. So if he qualifies with a 15-second penalty also handed out, then that's a hell of a performance. Michael Tauscher, pretty darn close here again, isn't he? Check it out from his chase cam, and yeah, these now with 15 minutes to go, they're all going to start to just like, let's go into the pits. Oh, Noble comes in. Tauscher loses time. Oh, did Noble just bin it? Yeah, he did. He just binned it off the grass. Yeah. Oh, that's bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. So he is just tagged the wall on entry, and Mike Noble in a comfortable P3 has had an almighty smash here. That might be race over for him. He wasn't able to keep the car straight. And one of the most experienced drivers on the grid has absolutely binned it. He was a shoo-in to get to the final, but I'm just not so sure now. We'll stay on board here. How long's left? Because that was a bad one. Still in. Oh, I think it's done. I think it's done and dusted, guys. Oh, it's so unfortunate for him. And the positions he's losing now. Like, where's Machkowski? Machkowski's well ahead of him now. Matis Kopf is well ahead of him. Kessler's got a stop-go penalty, 30 seconds as well. So there's a 30-second stop-go penalty. And I'm going to be honest here, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Noble's challenge here in the Mobius Challenger Cup is over. It is over. Cannot believe it. One of the absolute favourites. So he's going to come out here behind just as Karolevicius. Yeah, miles behind everybody. His challenge is over. Oh, what's going on here? We've got Warner. Warner trying to make a move here on Karolevicius. Warner runs wide. Good stuff there. Great overtake there from Warner. Going to gain himself a spot. And it's such a shame, isn't it? We'd love to have seen Noble racing tomorrow night, but it just doesn't look like we're going to be able to. And now, the worst thing for me is he's probably just going to sit in my chat trolling me now with rainbow faces. So I don't know who's the real winner. I guess probably me. It's bad enough when he types in my chat when he's driving, let alone when he's not driving. That's going to be fun. McDade up to P8, so he's one of the first to pit, of course. He has got in behind him, Machkowski. Mattis, where's the NSX? Who's the NSX? Volkarts is 2 laps down. Yeah, trying to think whether he might be in the running here. He's definitely not. Giorgio Simonini, by the way, is just streaks ahead. He's taking nearly 0.6 of a lap on everybody, every single lap. This guy goes into tomorrow favourite for sure. 100% favourite. But he's got a mistake in him. I've seen at Donington this afternoon him make a mistake. Kresler's into the pits. Noble, where is Noble? He's P19. Oh no, he retired. He's retired from the race. Oh, it would have been nice to have seen him finish the race. So Alvaro Diaz then in P6 here, and all of a sudden there's a lot of drivers that have been given a lifeline here to get into that top 12. A lot of drivers. Many then, who again has had that 15-second penalty, he's now got to try and make the overtake here on Brugnara. I don't think he has to, but right now he has no idea. So he's in P13. He knows the top 12 go through, so he'll probably try and force the issue. Yeah, he will definitely try and force the issue. And he has to. Like in his head right now, he doesn't realise he doesn't have to. But in his head, he's P13. He's outside of those points or those positions. So he wants to just make sure of it realistically. Again, let's go chase cam and just check this out, because Brugnara has not made it easy at all here. We've got a drive-through penalty for Gekis. So Gekis now with a drive-through penalty. Yeah, we've got to mention Daniel Pecci. So he had a problem with his pedal, and instead of trying to battle on and potentially be a bit of a danger to everyone on circuit, retired from the race. So fair play. Sometimes you know you don't want to be retiring from races, that's for sure. But yeah, fair play. Augustin Long, where does Augustin Long come out in all of this? Told you to watch out for him. He's going to come out in the. He's there or thereabouts, you know. Where's Gabriele? So Matteo de Gabriele, there he is. So all of a sudden, Gabriele's now involved here. And there is some interest coming up towards the end of this race for sure. So Augustin Long, once it sorts itself out now, will be P13. Brugnara and Meni will now hand themselves into the qualifying positions. Diaz, I think, will be behind Augustin Long eventually. So Augustin Long, although it didn't look like it, maybe making it towards our final tomorrow. And maybe Gabriele, if there's some incident here, may make it as well. Okay, so this is still not cut and dry as to what's going down. Metal Addicts, welcome, bud. Still not cut and dry as to what's going to go down here. And the drive-through for Patrick's Gekis is for track limits. Done by the game, not us. So all of a sudden, we just don't know who's going to go through again. So it's become a very interesting set of races today. I think it's pretty much a shoo-in that Simonini is going to go through, unless we see what happens with Mike Noble. I've never thought I'd see a mistake so severe from someone like Mike. I really didn't. So yeah, it's an absolute shocker, really. The trouble is, he had Tauscher right up behind him, didn't he? So we kind of had to go really quickly into the pits, otherwise he was going to cause an incident with Tauscher. It's just, yeah, just very unfortunate, more than anything. Look at the Lexus in behind, because now Chris Warner all of a sudden becomes a threat here as well. So right now, I have no idea. So Diaz is going to come out. Does Gabriele take that P12 when Diaz comes in? Diaz is in the Bentley. Ideally, for us as a broadcast, we would love to see Diaz come in now and see whether this is an actual fight for position and qualifying into the next round. Machkowski. Yeah, I did. Well, hold on. Yeah, Machkowski's out. So he's his internet's gone. So he won't be in tomorrow's final now. So that's why this now is for position, surely. I think when Diaz comes in, this is for the final qualifying spot. Drama. Late drama here. So you can see then that Warner is all over the back of Gabriele. We know Gabriele's been a very fair racer here. This is going to be hard fought for sure. And again, Warner just needs to be patient. He's forced a mistake here and he's going to get it. Although the Lexus on the power early at the top of the hill. There we go. So all of a sudden, once Alvaro Diaz pits here, I think this is for the final qualifying position. And clearly at this stage, Warner's the faster driver. Gabriele's got 5 minutes, 50 seconds to basically hang on. Ooh. There's just us Karavicius as well, just in behind. So Warner, again, just needs to be very patient. He's clearly the faster of the two drivers, and there's a mistake by the Lexus. Lexus holds on, though. Clearly the faster of the two drivers, but the last thing you want to do is cause the incident. You want to overtake nice and cleanly. And Gabriele will be leaning on that for sure. Underneath that rear wing then. Once again, we saw a move potentially being made into turn one on the last lap. It wasn't quite close enough. Isn't quite close enough once again. Check it out from chase cam, and again, you just got to be careful. Just get on the brakes a little bit earlier. Wait for the mistake to happen. You don't have to force anything. You've still got plenty of time here. Still got 3 laps at least. But you can see look at that. Gabriele just dabbing the brakes mid-exit. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be maximizing your exit speed. And you can see he's just taking so much more acute angles through the corners, just trying to keep his car basically in the middle of the circuit, as I like to call it, the Bathurst line. And once again, the Audi not really closing up, but look at the AMG in behind. Karavicius is closing in. The Lithuanian's getting closer. And Gabriele just completely oversteers on the exit of Degner. He's got the inside line though for the next hairpin. And you can see, oh, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. I'm sorry my commentary isn't going to be great because this is just, I'm a fan right now. I am a fan of what I'm watching. Warner, again, just has to be patient as he comes up towards Spoon Curve. Samuel Ratz is into the pits. So Ratz is good. Ratz is going to be, he's going to come out ahead of these quite convincingly. And I don't know what's going on with Gabriele, but he is just on the ragged edge with his car. He's got no grip. Audi on the power early. Here we go then. Down towards 130R. And we have got the best seat in the house. Look at the Lexus though. The Lexus is pulling. The Lexus has got a couple of extra horses. Down towards 130R they come. And the Lexus is nearly clear. Through the left-hander they come, and you can see that Gabriele runs a little bit wide. Warner does not try and make the move, but now he's got the outside lane clear in towards the final chicane, and it's great defense by Gabriele. A little bit of a squeeze, has to leave the room on the inside there. I think that was perfect defended by Gabriele. You've got to respect it. He did leave the room, and wow, Warner decided to go over the curb, and now we've got a 3-way go. 3-way drive here for what would be, I think, is the qualifying spot. We've still got Diaz to come in. Karavicius gets involved, and he gets sent out to the shadow realm as quickly as he was involved there. And oh, there's a bit of snap oversteer, and then it was some understeer. There's all sorts of steer. And well, at this point, they're trying to steer clear. And this is brilliant for Gabriele. He's off. Gabriele is like, yep, you've warmed up the rear of my car enough. I am driving away. Superb stuff. Absolutely incredible stuff. And this is what the Mobiuz Challenger Cup is all about. It's all about giving every ability level a chance to race and rub shoulders up against some of the very fastest. And I'm telling you now, Gabriele is not quicker than Warner. Gabriele is not quicker than Karavicius. But one thing he is better at is defending. His defense there was perfect. He left the room. He said there to Warner, he said, if you want to come and make an overtake here, you've got to overtake me. You've got to, you know, potentially deal with oversteer. You've got to potentially deal with understeer. You've got to potentially go over the curbs to make this overtake. He left the perfect amount of room. Gabriele, take a bow. Is it going to be enough, though, as Diaz is in the pits? So Diaz is in the pits here. So I think Diaz might be okay. So Diaz is going to be okay. So maybe it isn't for that position then. So he comes into the pits here. And again, where is Gabriele? Yeah, they're coming along up towards 130R now. Yeah, Diaz is done. Diaz is absolutely fine here. So I thought it was going to be closer than it is, and it's not. So actually, it's not for position at all. It's a great little battle to watch, but it just doesn't mean anything, unfortunately. It doesn't mean anything in terms of the race, but I tell you what, in terms of me watching, in terms of you watching, and in terms of these drivers here, oh, this has been absolutely sensational. My favourite battle of the competition so far. And, well, we have got ourselves maybe... yeah, definitely 2 laps remaining of this race. What a phenomenal bit of racing from these 3. But also, we've seen the very best, ladies and gentlemen, make mistakes here. Dom Healy, is he right behind? No, he isn't. I thought he was right behind. Diaz is behind him, right? Well, Diaz is behind Many. So Diaz has come out behind Many. Many's P11. So Diaz is P11 now. Many's moved up to P10. Augustin Long... how far behind is Augustin Long on Diaz? Oh, yeah, Diaz is quite far ahead here. But we've seen what can happen with the very best in terms of Mike Noble. Maybe they were going to see some late drama in this race as well. Who knows? We've seen people get drive-through penalties in the final lap here. Look at this then. Warner trying to find that gap then through the Deggan as they come. And again, very respectfully trying to make it. Up towards Kobayashi then.
Right, man. The leader is on the final lap.
Yeah, they've got one more lap remaining after this. So Simonini is golden here. He's going to qualify. Tausch is going to qualify. Tinker van der Velde is going to qualify. Samuel Ratz, Chris McDade, Kopf is going to qualify. I think Macaulay, Healy, Brugnara, Many, Diaz and Long. I think they're all going to qualify here unless there's a big mistake on the cards. This is where nerves indeed do creep in. But I think we're about to see some fireworks here. We're about to see some fireworks for 13th position, the one position that will not qualify for tomorrow's final, and we're about to see fireworks for it. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. I wish there was some sort of prize for driver of the competition, because moments like this would just benefit from that so much. As we come then through the left-hander, 130R. Look at this then. Which way does Warner go? Warner's gone for it. Late dive up the inside. That's not going to work, surely. Nope, not today. And they both missed their braking point, actually. And look at this now. Just as Karolavicius gets involved here, Warner now comes across and defends and realizes, actually, I can't do that. I can't defend that line. And now it's them two side by side. Gabriele then is just trying. I think he thinks it's over. It's not over. It's not over, Gabriele. You got another lap. You got another lap, man. He's just realised he did. He was flashing his lights. He was like, yeah, I've done it. No, mate. No, you got to keep going. And there's Warner. A little bit of argy-bargy then between the two of them. Remember, this is not even for the final, guys. This is just P13. This means nothing. But by the way they're driving, it means absolutely everything, as Warner is going to make the move now. Oh, no, he's not. Gabriele holds firm. He runs wide but holds firm. This is sensational through the S as they come. And you can see that Gabriele on the absolute limit of this Lexus. They come out the S's then. Look at this. He's a little bit of a gap there by Warner. There is contact between the two. I'm pretty sure there. Down in towards the Degners. They're both going to slow each other down here. Paul Warner around the outside. Warner's got that nailed. Has he got it? Oh, what a move. That is an incredible move, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go through the chase here. Oh, that's sensational. Runs a little bit wide. Take a bow, Warner. Gabriele, Warner. That is incredible stuff. Simonini's won the race, ladies and gentlemen. Tausch is going to finish second. Tinko's going to finish third. I think there's still more to come from this group, though. I want to stay on board with it. I want to see the entirety of this battle. Battle of the championship for sure. We come then up towards Spoon Curve for the very final time. And is there one more twist? Is there one more turn in this battle here? Warner then has got the position. Gabriele just steps the rear out then like he's in Tokyo Drift. And does that give Justus Karlovicius the opportunity? He's now slipstreaming his way in towards 130R. One final push here. Gabriele's been so good defensively. Through 130R, he's gone in there a little bit too high, I think. No, he hasn't. He's nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. All of a sudden, though, we've got John Papale involved as well. If there's one more lap, we'd have a four-way battle. Through the final chicane we come. Matteo Gabriele is not quite going to hold on to that position. Chris Warner, with the most patient drive ever, picks up P13. And the worst thing about it all, it means absolutely nothing in terms of this competition. But I tell you what, that was sensational. Take a bow, Warner, Gabriele, Karlovicius. That was just quite simply brilliant. Simonini then is the winner of the race. He's going to advance then to tomorrow's final. Tauscher is in P2. We've then got Tinker van der Velde in P3. Samuel Ratz is going to finish in P4. McDade then is P5. Matthias Kopf is in P6. Joe McCauley P7. Dom Healy in the top 8. Brugnara then does finish P9. Massimilio Meni, even with a penalty of 15 seconds, finishes in the top 10. We have then got Alvaro Diaz, who finishes in 11th, on Augustin Long, who will take the final qualifying position. Wow. 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 How good was that, ladies and gentlemen? Say, we are just waiting for the official results to come through. But that was just pure brilliance. And wow, the reason why we're doing this is because of Mobiuz. So again, thank you, Mobiuz, for bringing us to Challenger Cup Season 4. And well, they've got a new monitor. It's the Mobiuz EX3415R. And well, let's check it out. Well, welcome back then to the Mobiuz Challenger Cup Season number 4. And well, we've just seen there the video of the EX3415R monitor. And well, not only could the drivers win the prestigious award, you can also win it as well. So make sure that you're following me on Twitter at ActrolVision. Make sure you're following Mobiuz Gaming EU on Twitter, and make sure you're following the stream as well. And then type the word Mobiuz. It's very simple. Type the word Mobiuz. We are going to be doing that giveaway tomorrow. So we're going to be doing that giveaway tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. So there we go. Now we can officially give you all of the results then. So let's finally go and check it out. But what are they driving for? Well, they are driving for these prizes here. Top 3 drivers tomorrow in the Kyle Army final will win themselves 3 times EX3415R monitors. A set of triples, baby. Mobiuz hoodies, masks, and a cap. And second place, it'll be 1 times EX3415R monitor and some hoodies, masks, and cap. If it doesn't get lost, I might have to have that, you know. I might have to have this monitor because it looks so sexy. And third place is an EX350-1R monitor, which I have, and masks and cap. Unbelievable racing. Unbelievable racing. But now we finally get the semi-final results. So here we go then. We've got our 2 lobbies here, and now you're going to see them all disappear as to who is not qualified for the next phase of the championship. So, yes, all of the names that have dropped down below, unfortunately, we'll not be seeing them next time out, which is tomorrow. But look at this. This is our final list of drivers then. George Boothby, Andre Franke, Valentin Barriere, David Schmitz, Jarko Torvanen, Alessio Cattaneo, Killian Ryan Meenan, Pedro Santos, Gergo Panka, Nico All, Charlie Crossland, Cormac Ryan Meenan from Lobby 1. Lobby 2, Giorgio Simonini, Michael Tauscher, Tinko van der Velde, Samuel Ratz, Chris McDade, Mattis Kupf, Joe McCauley, Dom Healy. We have also got Mattia Brugnara, Massimiliano Meni, Alvaro Diaz, and Augustin Long. They will be joining the pro drivers of Jesus Cecilia, Martin Stefanko, Brandon Abraham, Elvin Smith, Yaroslav Honzik in our 29 driver grid. 2 hours of Kyalami tomorrow night at 7 p.m. BST. All of you guys need to be there. You have to be there tomorrow night, 7 p.m. BST. It's the Mobiuz Challenger Cup Season 4, and we'll be back tomorrow.